All right, so we are back. Game 2 of round 1 in between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Make sure that I get this all ready. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Dun, dun, dun. Do. Back. All right. Let's get that over here. And I want to do one more quick thing. Oh. All right. I just want to put in my Discord that I am live. That's everyone. Okay, cool. Cool. So, game 2. Here at Scotiabank Arena. Of course, last game didn't go so well. Last game did not go so well, so we're hoping for a better one here. A better performance for the Leafs. Of course, since last game, Michael Bunting has been suspended for 3 games. Personally, I think that's a lot. In my opinion, I thought that was a lot. I thought he should probably get... a suspension was definitely needed. I was pretty, like, iffy on the call while Game 1 was happening, but, you know, looking back at it, it's definitely worthy of suspension. Personally, I still think it should have been only 1 game, maybe 2. All things considered, you know, he has no history. This is a playoff series as well. And usually, you know, playoff games are worth, you know, 2 regular season games. So it's a lot. Is it just me, or do they never suspend for the craziest stuff for some reason? This was 3 games. Crazy for the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. There's been some other hits that I think are... you could maybe say are around the same, and that there was no suspension for. I'm not saying that it wasn't worthy of suspension. I think it was, but because it was directly to his head, there was no body contact. It was all head. But 3 games is a lot, man. It's a lot for a playoff series. Like I don't see that hit getting 6 games in the regular season. Which is, like I said, usually a playoff game is worth 2 regular season games. It's a lot. But either way, maybe it's a good thing for the Leafs here because, you know, Michael Bunting and that ref's kind of dynamic there has been a question for obviously quite a few months here now. And with him being suspended, I mean, it takes that storyline away, which is, I think good for the Leafs. It could be a little bit of a distraction, and it makes it so you don't have to worry about Bunting taking penalties, whether it's his fault or not. Now you can kind of just hopefully play your game and not have to worry about so many suspensions or so many penalties, I should say. Devils or Rangers to win tonight? I think the Devils win once on home ice. I hope the Devils win, just because of the fact that I want that series to go 7. So I think the Devils win, and I'm hoping the Leafs win obviously tonight as well, so we can have you know, more games of this series. But The lineups here tonight, so with Bunting being suspended, we have Yarncook on that top line there with Matthews and Marner. Honestly, that should have been it for game one. I don't know why they went away from that. Kerfoot is now on that second line with Tavares and Nylander. I don't love that. I don't like Kerfoot on the second line. I feel like he's fine in the bottom six, but when he gets to those top two lines, I really don't like him a whole lot. Matthew Knies makes his playoff debut on a line with Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Acciari, and then Aston Reese, Kampf, and Lafferty is that last line there, which I don't think they had really that great of a game. Then we have McCabe Brody, Giordano Hall, and Riley Shen, as you know, I don't know if Liljegren should have got into a game this second game here. I know that Giordano Hall pairing was not very good last game, but Liljegren I don't think has honestly looked that great since the trade deadline. I think he's been kind of meh. So I'm fine, honestly, with them keeping the D pairings. Maybe putting Gustafsson instead of Hall, but I feel like that's a pretty big, I don't know, a pretty big change for one game. But, I mean, it is, every game's important, obviously, in the playoffs here. Samsonov will be the starter once again. Joseph Woll backing him up there. But on the other side, with the Tampa Bay Lightning, the big change is Tanner Jeannot is now going to be in the lineup with Bellemare and Perry on that bottom line there. And of course, Hedman as well as Cernak will not be in the lineup. Sergachev, Radish is that top pair. Cole, Perbix second, and Fleury and Bogosian are the that lost pair there. So not really too many defensives, or not really that great defense for the Lightning. But hold on, let's stop this here as my game is just starting up now. Actually, I missed a little bit to be honest, but all right. So actually, I need to turn off my Chrome first. There we go. So you guys can't hear that. Oh, intercepted already, and Marner gets tripped up, so there's a penalty here early on. Hold on. I don't have the clock here. There we go. So an early power play for the Leafs. Oh, I'm actually even behind a little bit. All right, let's catch up a little bit here. Sorry, I was a little bit behind. Marner scores right away. All right, well, sorry, I'm a bit behind here. The Leafs score early. I didn't realize that my stream was a little bit behind. That's on me. I was trying to catch up a little bit, and right off the draw. So let's see. Ryan O'Reilly wins the draw back to Morgan Rielly, and just a shot from the point here goes right past Vasilevsky. I was not ready for this at all. Okay, let's see if I can catch up a little bit more. I'm still going to be a little bit behind here, so I apologize for that. But a goal early here for the Leafs, which is huge. Go Leaf, go chance already going on in the building. And a big hit as well in the corner as the Leafs keep it in. Acciari tries to feed the middle, but that was broken up. Now Kucherov will dump it in. Samsonov comes out to play it. He'll put it back for Brody. We'll leave it for O'Reilly, and O'Reilly chips it up. Goes to center. And there's Zach Bogosian, who gets into the first game in this series for him. That puck goes back behind the net. Kerfoot will pick it up. Gives it to Brody. Now the Leafs' second line here comes out. So this is so far a good start for the Leafs. Unlike last game where they got scored on early. So a little bit of a change up this time around. Bolton gets it back to the point. A shot there. Goes wide. And another shot out front was, I think, blocked in front. Tavares will get it up and get it out of the zone. The puck gets played back into the Leafs' end. There's Luke Schenn. We'll give it to Riley. Morgan Riley skates up the ice here. Decent amount of speed. Walks into the offensive zone. Tries to get it to Matthews. It hops over his stick. And Marner can't quite hold the line. And there's a hand pass I think was called here. I'll stop a little bit of play here so we can move up a little bit. There we go. Once again, I'm trying to slowly catch up here. I didn't realize that my stream was behind. I don't know why it was. I want to skip ahead without missing anything, basically. So I'm skipping at the whistles. Now a shot there, stopped by Samsonov. And Perry is, of course, getting into it. Okay, I'm not going to skip this whistle, that's for sure. Yeah, and there's a lot of kerfuffle here. Oh, it looks like we got a fight. Oh, Giordano and Bogosian going at it. Wow. Alright, let's see what happened here. So yeah, there's just some pushing and shoving after the whistle here. Bellemare and Giordano are going at it pretty hard. The refs separate them. And then they kind of go back at it, and Bellemare tries dropping the... So Bellemare tries dropping the gloves. The linesman, like, pushes him away and goes, no, you're not coming in. And then Bogosian says, all right, well, it's free for me, and so he comes in. It's not like he maybe surprised Giordano a little bit there, but it's not like he came straight on, so it's not like it was anything dirty there. So we got a fight early, a goal as well. So no, both Giordano and Bogosian go to the box there. Honestly, that's fine with me. Not really two defensive players going off for each other. I think that's fairly even. Both kind of more veteran guys as well. You'd maybe want a better trade in terms of Giordano, but I'm trying to think of anyone else that you would want, and actually that's probably the best one. All right. So Matthews has it here. He'll put it up ahead for Marner, who leaves it for Brody. Brody will dump it in and chase after it. Against Radish here. He tries poking the puck loose. There's a battle for it in the corner. Brody skates back to his point now. He doesn't want to get caught. Matthews will come up with the puck. He's battling against two Tampa Bay Lightning players. Yarncroke comes in and takes the puck away. Back for McCabe. Now in deep for Yarncroke again. It bounces off the ref. And Tampa will be able to pick it up from there. I think that was Kucherov at center that got knocked down. No penalty there. And now Matthews, with a lead pass there, couldn't quite handle it. Ooh, Knies with a hit on Perbix. There you go, Matthew Knies. Get into the game. That's what you love to see. Now Paul comes in. Matthew Knies with a good stick there, but they're going to call it a penalty? Let's see. Now there's more pushing and shoving here. Yeah, these teams not too in love with each other. I want to see. I don't know what this call was. Embers flaring again. Indeed. So Matthew Knies, I think, is getting the penalty. He gets into the hands a little bit of Paul, but really? Wow. So that's the hooking call. Yeah, I agree. That's a tic-tacky penalty. I feel like he almost waited to call it until Maroon put up his hand. It was a little bit of a later... I thought it was another play, you know, or like something else happened behind the play. I didn't think that was going to be the penalty, because Matthew Knies picked the puck up afterwards, and they kind of waited on the call there. But the Leafs will come up with it from the draw, and Marner will clear. Oh, I gotta change my clock. There you go. Kucherov brings it in. Gives it to Killorn. Now Kucherov trying to find a defenseman, misses everybody. And it goes all the way back to Vasilevsky. Sergachev leaves it for point here. Now the Lightning are in. Killorn on the right-hand side. Back for Sergachev over Stamkos. And that gets blocked. Yarncroke will clear it. That's a good block. Looks like it was Justin Hall. McCabe can't clear the zone. That's held in by Sergachev. Stamkos on the left-hand side. Walks in. Holds on to it. Gives it back to the point. Sergachev to Kucherov out front. Save, rebound. Kucherov couldn't knock it out of mid-air as a huge save on Braden Point by Samsonov. It was a really good play at the points. Stamkos to Sergachev. Cross to Kucherov, who went back towards the middle to Point, and that's a really good save. Some good movement by the Lightning on the power play, but so far Samsonov has held strong. Now in behind the net, the Leafs will pick it up, and O'Reilly will clear. 20 seconds left to go. Radish will leave it for Paul as the second unit is out here for the Lightning for the last 10 seconds. Paul gets it to Radish. And on the far side, Colton. Oh, and a good job by Brody to sprawl out, block the pass, and Samsonov gloves it from mid-air. And that will do a clear, or that will finish off the kill, I should say. And a good block there by Hall, and here's the... Yeah, that's a really... that's a good play by both Sergachev, or by Kucherov, sorry, and by Samsonov. I totally, you know... Kucherov totally faked me out with that fake shot into a pass. Yeah, I thought he was dead on that one, but he got back. Yeah, that was a close one. Indeed. But a good kill early by the Leafs. Both by Samsonov and by the penalty killers. I mean, that was the... They had that one chance, but it was a good chance. But Samsonov stays strong. So, yeah, that Devils game, I think... Devils-Rangers game starts at 5:30. So I think that's supposed to be like rotating the NHL schedule where you'll have one game on while the other one's in intermission. Thoughts on my Canes and their series so far with the Islanders. I didn't really get to watch the second game. I was a little bit busy yesterday. I didn't get to watch too much of that second game there. The only thing that I really saw was I heard, is it Teravainen that got his hand slashed and broken? Is that who that was? I'm trying to remember now. I don't know why I can't remember who it was. And then I saw the high stick right before the overtime goal, which is a tough miss penalty there. That definitely should have been called. But I mean, from that first game, you know, it was a very close one. I liked it. I very much... I don't mind really who wins that series. I like both the Canes. I mean, I guess I don't really like the Islanders that much, but, you know, if they win, I won't be overly upset, that's for sure. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Horrible, they missed it. Tomahawk slash. Yeah, I think it was towards the end of the first period, if I remember that's what it was saying. Like I said, I didn't watch it personally, so I don't fully know. But I just heard about it. So there's a penalty coming up to the Leafs here. Maybe? Oh, no. Okay. Okay, I see. All right. Sorry, I was kind of confused. Because they said that the Leafs were on a full 2-minute penalty kill here, but it looks like they were just adjusting the time clock, and that the Leafs power play hadn't quite, or the Lightning power play hadn't quite ended yet, is what they were saying. Excuse me, sorry about that. The high stick was a stick lift, a good no call. But it doesn't matter if it's a stick lift or not. If it's still, from at least from what I saw, ooh, and that pass to Knies right out of the box almost hits him there. But from what I saw, it was a cane stick hitting the face of the Islanders defenseman. I think it was Mayfield. As the Lightning have pressure here, a shot stopped by Samsonov on Stamkos, and he holds on. But I don't know, maybe I missed it, or maybe I didn't quite see it properly, but I thought it was the cane stick hitting the Mayfield in the face. And it doesn't matter if it's a stick lift or not. The only time that it doesn't matter is if it's a follow through. If it's a follow through, then you can high stick someone and it's no call. But I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it properly. Like I said, I kind of just saw a quick replay on it. I think it was on Twitter. So, might be wrong on that one. Kerfoot tries to find Tavares. He got checked, but there won't be an icing there. You're going to see a lot of Sergachev tonight. Point brings it in. So back to the point, and a shot there. Stopped by Samsonov. Rebound. Samsonov had it in his glove, and he dropped it. And it made for a scary rebound there, but the Leafs were able to clear. That's one thing that they really need to pick up here. Because in the first game, they were not very good at clearing the rebounds. They did a good job there. Good job by Samsonov to get it up to Marner. Now he'll bring it up. Gets it up ahead for Matthews, but they're going to call that offside. Shots are 7-1 in favor of the Lightning, but the Leafs have the only goal. The Kings player hit the Islanders, but the Canes player stick was lifted into the Islanders' face. So the Islanders played it, or Islanders player did it directly to himself. Okay, I see. I still think they call that sometimes, though. I don't know, maybe not. Once again, I didn't fully see that that play. I saw it on Twitter, so if that's the case, then it's maybe not as bad. I still think they do sometimes call that, if I remember correctly, but I don't think they should. But Matthews comes in, goes all the way around. Is it to the point for Hall? Hall walking in, holds on to it, goes around Hagel. He's still battling with Hagel here as he's tied up in the corner. Yarncroke helping him out here, and Hall will wrap it all the way around. Brody now on the far side, can't keep it in. And the puck squeaks out to Marner. Brody couldn't really handle that pass, so he couldn't dump it in. Now he's caught out the sideboards here. Leafs help him out, though, and now they'll dump it into the Lightning end. Colton getting pressured by Lafferty here. Lafferty comes up with the puck, gets it back to the point. Luke Schenn shoots, goes wide. Oh, Aston Reese gives it to Lafferty. Lafferty back to the point, and McCabe can't quite handle that pass. Ooh, I'm shocked there was no penalty on McCabe there. He could have taken one, as he fumbled the pass and cross-checked a Lightning player. Could have been interference, honestly, but the Leafs back with another pressure shift here as they go after the puck. It's the third line out here. Back to the point. Hall to Riley. Back for Zach Aston Reese, who's trying to change a shot there. Rebound goes past everybody. And now Matthew Knies, who is a little bit late here because Aston Reese was changing, will dump it in. Vasilevsky plays it to the corner. Now the Lightning are out. Lightning will dump it in here. Matthew Knies on the wall. He'll get it out. But the Lightning are right back in. Here are Belmar. Shot there from the side and stopped as McCabe and Perry go after each other for a little bit. And McCabe is going to get a penalty. A roughing call as he tried pushing Corey Perry. And he got him in the face. I hate Perry, man. Oh, that's exactly what Corey Perry does. So he gives a little bit of a snow shower to Samsonov intentionally. McCabe pushes him, and then McCabe goes for the second push, and he gets him right into the face. And so he'll be called for roughing. As the Leafs have to kill a second power play here in the first, they need to stay out of the box, man. They need to. Last game, what was the power play for the Lightning? Was it 4 for 8? Is that what it was? Let's take a look here. I think it was 4 for 8 on the power play. The Lightning were in game 1. Let me quickly check. Yep, they were. So, yeah, you don't want to give them too many chances. And we'll see, especially when it's a defenseman like McCabe. Don't want to give the Lightning too many chances, and that's a bad one to take to after the whistle. I don't love it, to be honest. I don't love it as a penalty. I get why, but I don't know. I don't like it too much, to be honest. The chippiness in this game is quickly growing and growing. Yeah, for sure. I mean, these teams don't like each other, especially after seeing each other last year. I mean, you could even kind of see it in the regular season, the last regular season they played. You know, it was the second last game for both teams, so we'll see if the Leafs can kill this penalty here. Hey, Nick, how's it going? As McCabe goes off for a roughing penalty. 9:57 left to go in the period. Lightning 0 for 1 on the power play tonight, 2 shots. David Kampf versus Cirelli on the draw here. David Kampf can't win it. Goes back to Sergachev. Finds Kucherov on the right-hand side. He gives it back. And went for Kucherov. Back for Sergachev. Stamkos fakes a shot, shoots, and that puck goes wide. Now, centering pass just misses Cirelli. Point to Kucherov. And that gets blocked by Hall. Good block there. Stamkos to Sergachev. Kucherov tries to get a quick shot away. He missed on that. Now Stamkos, fake shot, moves in to Kucherov. A great play by Marner to block that pass. Back for Stamkos. Now Kucherov again shoots and he goes wide. Ooh. That shot there just missed. As the Leafs get a little bit lucky on that one. Kucherov fell while he was taking that shot as well. A point. Can't get past Achari. He'll knock it back. Good stick there. Kucherov. He'll dump it in. Leafs trying to get onto it first, and they do. And they'll trip it back out into the Lightning zone. Second unit will come out for the Lightning power play. Radish leaves it there for Paul. Paul will bring it out. Gets into the zone. Now Radish. Give it to Hagel. Hagel on the left-hand side here. Waiting for a lane. Still holding on to it. Now he'll go back to the point. They get it back for Hagel. Hagel in. Still holds on to it. He's not finding anything that he likes. They try the other side. Shot there. And a deflection that just goes wide. And now the Leafs will clear it. It goes out of play. But I think it went off the glass. And I don't even think it went over the glass. I think it went into one of the benches. So no penalty there. Yeah, and they're showing the Marner block pass there, which was huge. And a good stick there by Acciari as well. So 7 seconds left here on the power play. See here. First power play unit back out there for the Lightning. Camp taking the draw here against Cirelli. And it's a battle in the corner there, and Marner will find it, come out with the puck. Marner holds, tries to find a pass and couldn't get it. He gets the puck back and shoots, and that gets blocked. Lightning will take out the free puck here. And the Leafs power play, or the Leafs penalty kill, kills off that one. Kucherov walks in, gets knocked off his stick. Marner trying to do a bank pass to Nylander. It's a little bit too far. So it'll be an icing call against the Leafs. They were looking for that bounce pass off the end boards there. Ooh, Kucherov took a run there at Marner here. I thought that... I kind of feel like that was a little bit late. But no call on that one. I mean, it was a clean hit other than the fact that I think it was a little late, but... Leafs will get the puck off the draw here. Nylander has two defensemen on him. He was trying to find Marner on the far side, but he wasn't quite with them yet. Marner finds Matthews. Matthews around the net to Riley, shoots, and that gets deflected up and out of play. So Nylander was out there for a little bit with Matthews and Marner after the penalty kill, but they usually do like doing that, loading up. And Nylander will stay out there as Tavares and Kerfoot. So the rest of his line mates come out. Offensive zone draw here for the Leafs. Hits are 6-5 in favor of the Lightning. Tavares taking the draw here against Hagel. Tavares will win it cleanly to Riley. Riley moving in on the left-hand side, gets it to Tavares, scores! What a play off the face-off, and John Tavares puts the Leafs up by 2. A great set play there by the Leafs. That was 100% planned, something that they worked on, and you've seen it a few times this season, I feel like, that they have kind of a play like that where the centerman wins the draw clean, the defenseman goes along the left-hand side, Tavares just sneaks out closer to the middle of the ice there, trying to move away from his man that's covering him, and he just gets a little bit of time and whips it right past the glove of Vasilevsky. A 2-0 lead here for the Leafs. That's a huge, huge play for the Leafs. Indeed, huge indeed. Tavares' first goal of the playoffs. Riley with 2 assists. That line is still out there for the Leafs, as they only had a few seconds, as Bogosian levels Nylander. Nylander comes up with the puck, though, in behind the net, trying to find someone that he can pass to. He'll give it back for Kerfoot. Kerfoot with a shot, and that goes way wide. And the rebound off the backboards kind of fools Killorn, but he'll eventually get it back and lift it all the way out, and goes all the way back into the Leafs, and no icing as Hagel hits Riley hard. Leafs will get the puck, though. Schenn up ahead. A shot there. Rebound! And that's stopped by Vasilevsky as O'Reilly got an opportunity from the shot attempt by Acciari. And a lot of Leaf fans cheering on the Leafs here as they had a few good shifts here after the goal. That's a good play by Acciari to just try and get a rebound opportunity. Vasilevsky adjust a little bit there. Because Acciari was trying to shoot for the rebound to go towards the middle and went closer to the left of Vasilevsky, but O'Reilly was there. It was still a good adjustment by Vasilevsky either way, but the Lightning do win the draw and they throw it all the way down the ice. It's not enough for icing, but the Leafs will gather it back up. O'Reilly dumps it in. Vasilevsky out to play it. Leafs trying to intercept that, can't do so. Now Pierre-Edouard Bellemare tries to get it ahead for Perry and missed him, and there will be an icing call as Perry falls down. Maybe he gets knocked down a little bit at the line here. And a lot of booming for Corey Perry. You know, they were saying, okay, let's see here. Oh, all right, yeah, no. It was just Perry trying to stretch out for the pass while staying on side. I don't think Giordano knocked him down. But I read on Twitter before the game that fans were apparently booing Corey Perry for, like, right after the warm-ups as he was the last player on the ice, and I honestly don't like that. I don't like when the fans are booing Corey Perry because he's one of those guys where that feeds him energy. He loves that. Matthews in the slot here, gets it down for Jarnkrok, gets knocked away. Now McCabe gets it back for Brody. At Marner can't get that puck away as he fanned on it. Now come back to center. The Leafs go right back in though. Matthews holds, shoots, stops, rebound, gets past Jarnkrok, and they blow the whistle down. Oh, the mask of Vasilevsky came off. I didn't see that. So a shot there. It's right off the mask of Vasilevsky, and they'll blow that play dead pretty quickly. Oh yeah, that completely just snapped holy, I can't talk apparently. Straps, there we go. Snap the straps right off. Couldn't say that apparently. But Leafs have been, even though they're up 2-0, there was quite a while there where they didn't really get too much pressure, too many shots on goal, but I feel like after that 2-0 goal, they've really started to put on a lot of pressure. Started to get more shots on goal and everything like that. Well, hopefully the Leafs can continue getting some pressure here. They are up 2-0 in the first. Has that Devils game started yet? Let's take a look. It has indeed. Only a minute 40 seconds in. Sorry, I had to blow my nose again. I forgot this Guardian movie is so close to coming out. May 5th. Not too long from now. Damn, they're showing off a house that's fully decked out. I feel like I've seen this house before. But yeah, they just tons of Leaf memorabilia out here on the lawn. They even got the score, the game score out there and the series score. That's funny. That's great. There's Leaf Square. A lot of fans there. Kerfoot will take the draw here. He loses it. That puck comes out to center ice. McCabe can't quite handle the pass, and two players intersect each other, but McCabe, I think, is the one that got high-sticked by Stamkos, so the Leafs will get a power play here. They still have control of the puck, so the whistle hasn't gone yet. I didn't really quite see what happened there. I just saw two players kind of bump into each other and both went down. Nylander come in, though. Tries to find Matthews in that shot. I think goes wide. Now Nylander again shoots, scores! William Nylander on the delayed penalty call puts the Leafs up 3-0. Let's go. On the delayed call, 6-on-5. I think Nylander was even the extra man out there. Oh yeah, Stamkos gets his stick right into the face of McCabe as he was trying to move around it. And then Matthews, a nice cross-ice pass to Nylander, and right above the glove of Vasilevsky, just a snipe by William Nylander on the left side. Oh, just goes right over the shoulder. It even tipped off his shoulder a little bit. Oh, it's a double minor too. Apparently McCabe was bleeding, so they still get a penalty. They still get a power play, sorry. The Leafs will still get a power play since it was a double minor, meaning that they would have had 4 minutes. Now they just have 2. Holy, this is huge. Huge for the Leafs. Now the Leafs come out. Matthews has the puck here. Marner brings it in. Ryan O'Reilly gets it back to the point. Tavares here at the point. That's usually not where he sets up, and now he goes to his regular spot. Marner shoots, and that gets blocked. Rebound. Oh, download. Now back to Tavares, back to Matthews as they play a little passing catch there. Neither wanted to shoot. Matthews holds, shoots, and that gets blocked in front. Marner gets it back, though. Marner will get it. Back to the point for Riley. Rebound. No shot there. Marner. Down for O'Reilly. To Matthews. Oh, just hops over his stick. Matthews had a good opportunity there if he could have pulled the trigger. Leafs hold it in, though. Matthews. Down to Tavares. Goes around the net. Back to the point for Marner. Shoots. Rebound. And Cirelli will grab a hold of it and clear. A good power play chance by the Leafs with a couple of opportunities. Feel like they could have maybe had another shot there, but there was maybe a few times, I think, in that power play where they were passing a bit too much, but still some good chances. 20 seconds left here to go on the power play for the Leafs. He gives it back to Nylander. Nylander brings it in, holds on to it. Still has the puck, goes around the net too, tries centering it, and Vasilevsky will get a stick on that. He read that play, and so the Lightning will clear, and that'll just about do it for the power play. Two shots on that power play for the Leafs. No goal, but good pressure there. Cole gets it up to Kucherov. Now Perbix on the right-hand side. He'll bring it in. Gets hit by Kampf. And McCabe can't quite control that puck. Now the Lightning with a shot by Perbix, and that gets deflected wide by Samsonov. Point has it. Gets it back to the point. Now Kucherov up high. Gets it back over. And they couldn't quite connect there. I don't know. It was Cole there, sorry. Who couldn't quite gather that pass. There's a battle in behind the net here. Cole will come out with it. Wraps it back around the net. Now there's another battle for it. A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. Stamkos knocks down his man. And the puck comes free to the point here. Perbix shoots it. Just goes wide. Kucherov in behind the net. Centers it. But it goes all the way to the point for Ian Cole. Back again, point with a shot. Rebound! Stamkos puts it wide. And Perbix can't hold the line. It hops over his stick. The Leafs need to change here as there's a lot of tired players out here for the Leafs. As that first line of the Lightning players somehow caught that third line out there. Actually, it would have been their fourth line. Sorry, the first line was out there against the fourth line. I don't love that. And the Leafs almost paid for it there. Bogosian gathers the puck here. Achari keeps the puck in. Bogosian goes back after it. He'll try the other side this time. But Zach Aston Reese is there. O'Reilly. Gives it for Aston Reese. Aston Reese trying to get the puck back to the point. He does. Riley shoots. Gets blocked in front, and the Lightning players will pick it up. Bolton. Oh, a hit there by Achari. Actually gets the worst of it as Paul kind of stands him up. Oh, and a hit in behind the play. I feel like that was late. I don't know who the Leaf defenseman was there, but I feel like that was a late hit. Now a hit there by the Leafs, by Achari. Schenn. It's the puck all the way into the Lightning end. Sergachev has it. He's getting pressured by Matthews here, so he has to skate out himself. Sergachev gets his pass intercepted by Nylander. Nylander couldn't quite get enough speed there, so he'll dump it in. Only 10 seconds left to go in the period. The puck comes out. Schenn will have it. He'll kill off the rest of the period here. As the Leafs answer back from the Game 1 period. Game 1 first period, I should say. This time they have their own 3-0 lead after the first. First intermission. Whew, so a good period 1 for the Leafs. Killed off 2 penalties. Had 2 power plays of their own. Scored on one of them. The other one I thought they had a good chance at scoring as well. Of course, they also scored in the on the delay penalty. So we'll put on some music as we wait here for the first intermission. Actually, maybe we'll yeah, we'll you know, we'll maybe keep the we'll keep this music on, but I think we'll watch the Rangers and Devils game. Why not? And put this back up here. And let's do that. There we go. Leafs just can't give it up now. Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, we'll see how they do in these next 2 periods here, but that first one was pretty promising. That was a good first period there by the Leafs. Actually, I just realized I can't have the music on if I want to hear the broadcast of the Devils game. Maybe I don't need to hear it. I don't know, we'll see. Was this in intermission? No, it's not an intermission. So, hold on. Just want to make sure that trying to find the Devils game at least. I don't know why I'm having such issues here. There we go. We'll take the clock away because we don't need that. So the Rangers are on the power play here. 28 seconds. Got Trouba out there. Cherangovich on the defensive side. Is this their second power play unit? Got Tarasenko, Hedel, Lafreniere, and who's 16? I have a few things to do. Might be back a little later. No worries. Thanks for stopping by, Aaron. Appreciate it. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, I guess I can check on my phone here. I just want to see. I don't know who 16 is on the Rangers. Who is 16 on the Rangers? I feel like I should know this. Trocheck. Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was Trocheck, but then I was like, is Trocheck still on the Rangers. I don't know, for some reason I thought he was traded or something, but I think I was thinking that he was traded from, he was on Carolina. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking of. Either way, I think that's probably their second unit. I would assume so, but I don't know. Not quite too sure. Yeah, a really good first period from the Leafs there. You know, we were... It's funny, because if you think about it, like, the last first period after game one, we were not talking of very good things. I was talking about the possible firing of Sheldon Keefe, of maybe, you know, Kyle Dubas leaving. But, I mean, it's not like I was saying that because I thought that they should do those things right away. I was just saying that because if the Leafs do end up leaving or losing this series, that's definitely stuff they need to think about for sure, and stuff that might actually happen. Hey Salty, how's it going? It's pretty good so far. At least this first period was pretty good. Pretty good for the Leafs. We'll see how my mood is in approximately like an hour and a half. But so far, it is good. My mood very much depends on what happens in the rest of the game. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose again. I feel like dude, I must be allergic to something because my nose has just been so stuffed recently. How's Hall? Better than he was last game, that's for sure. He had two pretty good block shots so far, so he's looked better. Honestly, game one was probably his worst game in a very long time. He's been pretty good over the past, like, month or so. My allergies are terrible right now. See, I don't even know if I have any allergies, is the thing. Like, when I was a kid, I assume I got tested for, like, you know, for some allergy stuff. But, you know, as far as I know, I'm not allergic to anything. But, I don't know, my nose is, like, stuffed 24/7. So I feel like I am allergic to something. Not quite too sure. Kind of want to get a Mitchell and Ness jersey for the culture. I mean, it's up to you, man. But if you were to get one, I would try and get, because I've heard the older ones are pretty good. I don't have any myself personally, so I can't really, you know, say if they are or not. But on sale though, yeah, definitely. If I were to get one, it would have to be on sale for sure. But, I don't know. Even on sale, at least for myself personally, I don't think I could get one. Because, like, I don't know. Like, my whole love for hockey jerseys are the logos and just how cool they are. And with the Mitchell and Ness jerseys, the fact that they're just like that one layer. I don't even know if they're like vinyl or whatever they are, but it looks awful. Just the one layer is just so bland to me, and that's why I hate Fanatics jerseys so much, is because they do have a little bit of detailing in some of the Fanatics jerseys, but most of the time it's just, they're just so awful. But like, I don't know. If I were to get one of those jerseys, it would have to be for under $50. There's no way I'm paying more than that. Old Mitchell and Ness jerseys was a W. They did a Burger King jersey. Yeah, I've seen the Burger King jersey before, and that's the only time that I almost bought a Mitchell and Ness jersey, because I didn't have that one at the time. And I saw Mitchell and Ness jerseys, and I saw some of those Burger King jerseys. The one thing that I find weird about those older Mitchell and Ness jerseys are the fight strap. the fight strap is just so strange. It's like a loop. I don't know. It's really weird. And so like at the time that I was looking for that one, I wasn't even sure exactly what Mitchell and Ness fully was. I wasn't really too educated at that point, so I was like, I don't even know if these are like legit jerseys or like just some like third party that's not even affiliated with the NHL. I really didn't know what it was, and I thought they always looked weird. But I mean, from what I've heard, those older like authentic Mitchell and Ness jerseys are really nice. But yeah, just from the ones that the new ones, yeah, I would not buy them at all. And I ended up going with that one there just because of the fact that, like, I don't know, I knew it was CCM, and I felt like I wanted the actual, you know, one that they wore. Not in the sense of, like, you know, they obviously didn't wear that on ice, but I didn't want, like, a throwback jersey, is what, more so. Game number 1 never happened. This is the true playoff game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, this is definitely the true first game for the Maple Leafs. Game 1, indeed. It's a best of 6. Totally. It's 100% just a best of 6. Which teams do you think will rebrand with Fanatics? Well, apparently they don't want any teams to rebrand right away. From what I was reading, it looks like they want to wait like 1 to 2 years until teams kind of start rebranding, just to get Fanatics, like, I guess, into actually making the jerseys. But after that 2-year span, like, I would think the Ducks, right? It feels like the Ducks should do a rebrand, because there's a few reasons why. One, I think they are going to start getting better within the next few years. And usually teams like to rebrand when they're on the upswing and not like while they're either currently bad. Like, you don't want to rebrand while your team is trash. You never want to do that. You want to do it kind of on the upswing. Everybody obviously loves, well, almost everybody loves that Mighty Duck logo. So like that's an easy thing to rebrand to, and they've used it quite a few times, you know, recently as well. Obviously, with their reverse retro, they used it on the jersey there, and they've had it as an alternate a couple of times. So I definitely feel like I feel like they have it. They're one of the teams that are most likely to rebrand. The Capitals might rebrand, but I would think later on into Fanatics' tenure with the league. I would not think until like probably 5 or 6 years in. Basically, because they've said that they don't want to rebrand until Ovechkin retires. At least I think I read that somewhere. Did they say something about making the authentic to the on ice? From what I read, I forget who the article was, or like who the journalist was talking to, because it was an article a little while ago where it said that they might be making those authentic retail on ice jerseys. So like basically like those Reebok Edge 1.0s and Edge 2.0 jerseys that they had back in the day. And if that's the case, I'm hyped for it, because that's exactly what I want. That's been something that I've wanted Adidas to do for a very long time, because I love the Edge 1.0s and 2.0s. I think the Edge 1.0 specifically are my favorite jersey, like, ever. I just love the way they feel and everything like that. So I definitely feel like that is something that will help people like Fanatics a little bit more if they do that. But I don't think that was 100% confirmed. I think it was just like likely, or at least something that they talked about maybe. But we'll see. Ducks will easily rebrand if they get Bedard. Yeah, I mean, we'll see exactly when Fanatics wants to do rebrands, but yeah, from what I said, they don't want to do it like immediately once they get into the league, which I feel like is a little bit strange. To be honest, I feel like usually when a new manufacturer takes over, teams like doing rebrands, but I don't know, for some reason I guess Fanatics doesn't want to do that. The replica Reebok jerseys were good too. Yeah, I definitely don't mind the Reebok replica jerseys. My only flaw with them is the shoulder patches, because they're like very cheap one layer material, and you can kind of, on I think 2 of my Reebok jerseys that I've had, which I have quite a few Reebok replica jerseys, but on 2 of them that I've had, the shoulder patches like were kind of peeling off a little bit. And that's the only part of the Reebok replica jerseys that I honestly don't like. Everything else, I think they're pretty good replicas. But yeah, those shoulder patches were tough. I had a Ben one, and the patches are vinyl. Yeah, and I had a Sharks one that I ended up selling, but the patches on that one were peeling off. Didn't really look that great. And then I have a Canucks one as well, and the patches are peeling off on that one also. And yeah, it does not look very good. The logo bubbled up a bit too. Yeah, I mean, that kind of can happen with any jersey, not just Reeboks. Sometimes you can fix that with some ironing, but you need to be a little bit careful with it. Most of the time, you might be able to fix that if you just, like, you know, do it inside out and put like a towel or a t-shirt above it. And I think is it a lot of steam I think you need? And I think that usually kind of fixes that a little bit. I don't know, I might be a little bit wrong on that. I haven't had to deal with a bubbling in my logos for a while. But I remember doing it early on, and it kind of fixed it a little bit. It didn't completely fix it, but definitely helped for sure. But yeah, my favorite replica jersey is probably a CCM. I think those are the best. Maybe honestly, like, the second, third, and fourth generation of CCM jerseys, honestly, they're very similar to me. They all feel like the same. I don't notice too much of a difference. But with the Masca jerseys, those are that first generation of CCM, and they're a lot different. But I still like the CCM Masca jerseys, but yeah, they're definitely not as good of quality as we have nowadays for sure. But I think the CCM replicas are still my favorite replica jersey. Devils just scored, and my stream must be really behind then, because they have not scored on my stream yet. But I also had a hard time getting this stream to start. Let's see, what time is it on the actual time? So it's supposed to be like 7:45. Oh no, it's okay. I'm fine. I don't care about spoilers for the Devils game. Oh yeah, I'm like a minute behind, or at least the stream that I'm watching is like a minute behind. That's crazy. Is there another one? Okay, there we go. This one is a little bit closer to the actual time. Doesn't really matter too much because I'm going back to the Leafs game pretty soon here. By pretty soon, I mean like right now. So let's stop the music here. All right. And let's second. All right, so the second period starting here for the Leafs. NHL needs to do a league-wide program, like a jersey program, or like the reverse retros. Because yeah, I agree if that's what you're saying. Yeah, I would assume that they are going to do something like that again. They've already said they're not going to do another reverse retro series, which I'm fine with. I think a lot of teams kind of have exhausted what they can do for a reverse retro series. Like Columbus, I'm not really quite too sure what else you could do. I don't know. There are a few other teams like Calgary. I think would be pretty difficult as well. I think they would be kind of stretching to do a third series. Arizona could still do the running out. That's the only one that they could really do. But yeah, they're not going to do another reverse retro series, they said. But yeah, if they do another league-wide jersey program, like a city jerseys or, whatever it may be, I think that could be a lot of fun. And I definitely, I would be shocked if they wouldn't, honestly. I would be very surprised if they don't do something like that again, because the reverse retro sold really well. It's good for fans because fans get more jerseys. Oh, Marner here gives it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly in. Oh, couldn't quite put it home. O'Reilly again with a shot, and that gets deflected up and out of play. Whew. I want a Detroit third, like the 2016 Stadium Series. Yeah, I mean, I honestly just want a Detroit jersey that isn't boring. And, I wasn't a huge fan of the reverse retro. Well, either one, honestly. I still don't like that first reverse retro, but I like the, I honestly like that 2.0 now, the reverse retro 2.0 for Detroit. But I love their Stadium Series, Winter Classic jerseys. All of those I really like a lot because it's something different. And Detroit is one of those teams who, I know fans really like their jerseys being the same because, it's a classic feel to them. But it's just boring to me, at least. But I would definitely be shocked if they don't do another reverse retro series. Matthew Knies spins around, moves in, shoots. Oh, stopped by Vasilevsky. A great move by Matthew Knies, bringing it to the front. I don't know how they kind of just let him do that. Wow, that was a great job by Matthew Knies getting to the front of the net there. Tavares. It's a good job protecting the puck there. He'll bring it in and then dump and chase. There's Fleury with the puck. That's Hayden Fleury, not Marc-Andre. And a shot there stopped by Samsonov. I saw a Bert reverse retro on sale, so I might get it. A Bertuzzi one, yeah. That is, that's fair. I've definitely, I want a Larkin one, because I want the C or the A, and I think I would prefer the C, so I would want a Larkin one for sure. There's some jerseys where I don't feel the need to get them customized. I don't think it, like, I obviously would want them to get customized, but, like, I don't need to. But I think that Detroit one is definitely one of those jerseys that needs to, as a shot on goal gets kind of tipped on Samsonov. He's stopped. It was a little bit of an iffy one, to be honest. But yeah, I do like those Detroit reverse retros. I think they're pretty nice. I definitely like them a lot more than most people. I know most people are pretty low on them. Sergachev with a nice move at the point. He'll hand it off, and a shot there, stopped by Samsonov, and there's that point there. Kind of runs a little bit into Samsonov. He was kind of pushed into him, so there's not too much pushing and shoving after the whistle. That's a good move by Sergachev. Leaves it off for, I think, Kucherov, and yeah, point in a battle with Kampf there. That's why he kind of gets pushed into him. I don't mind. I mean, maybe you can try pushing and shoving him a little bit more than that, but I think that was a little bit more Kampf's fault than points, and you would rather not take a penalty. Stamkos, to the point. That gets wrapped around. The centering pass just misses everybody here. Now that puck goes all the way out. Sergachev with a nice pass to Kucherov. He plays give and go with Sergachev, who moves in on the right-hand side. Sergachev puts it around the net. Brody's there first, but he gets hit by Stamkos, and now there's a battle for the puck. Point comes out with it to Kucherov, and that shot gets deflected wide Brody fell in the corner there with Stamkos. I'm not quite too sure what happened there. I missed it. Sergachev with a lead pass to Kucherov. Kucherov in, shoots, and that gets stopped by Samsonov as Tanner Jeannot was right in front, trying to give a little bit of a screen there. Samsonov comes up strong. That's a really good pass by Sergachev. That was a Hall-Giordano pairing there on the ice. Urbix, that's the puck, shoots. That gets blocked, and ooh, Yarncrow couldn't quite jump on that quick enough. Hall, battling for it. That puck gets kicked loose, but Giordano will get on it first. As Hall was still kind of tying up his man, and that puck gets deflected up and out of play. So no penalty, but there will be a defensive zone draw here for the Leafs. Have you watched the other series? I watched every game on the first night. I paid pretty close attention to all of those. The second night, I watched all of the Leaf game. I'll be honest, I didn't watch too much of the other games because I was just mad. And that's the only thing that I don't like about having the Leafs in the playoffs is when they do lose a game, I usually just get mad and don't end up watching the other series, and I kind of kick myself a little bit afterwards. But like it just makes me so mad that I don't want to watch. Oh, Achari makes a nice move. Oh, just gets denied by Vasilevsky. A huge play there. Oh my god. Oh, that was insane. Holy crap. Now a nice move towards the middle. Gets knocked off his stick, sorry. Matthew Knies has looked pretty good so far in his first game of the playoffs. But yeah, so I didn't really watch anything on night 2. Night 3, I watched a little bit of the Kings game as that puck comes all the way down on Samsonov, and he'll glove it. I didn't really get to watch any of the Carolina game or the I watched a little bit of the Boston Florida game, and let's see, what was the other game that night? I can't remember what the other game. Oh, Minnesota and Dallas. Yeah, I didn't watch any of that one, so I haven't watched as much as I would like, to be honest. Although I was shocked that Minnesota put in Fleury instead of keeping with Gustafsson. I don't know why they did that, and I mean, yeah, Fleury gave up 7 goals. I don't know how many were on him, but I don't love that decision. The Leafs come onto it here, as there was a little bit of a glove pass that Nylander didn't touch. Riley holds the zone here. Nylander in deep, out front, Kerfoot! Oh! And that's stopped by Vasilevsky, as Kerfoot had a huge opportunity there. I would have loved to see that. Brody puts it back in deep, goes all the way down to the other side. Shen decides to make the hit, doesn't get the puck, so it comes out, and the Leafs have to clear so it's not offside. That puck gets dumped in. Kerfoot trying to get that puck. He's battling for it with Hagel, and it comes free to Marner. Marner slows here. Will dump it in, and as Matthew chases after it. Matthews battling with Radish. That puck gets knocked to the other side. McCabe pinches. Doesn't quite come up with the puck. Ooh, Cirelli gets tripped. No call on the play. Matthews, Yarncroke, and his shot goes up and out of play. Oh no, it didn't go out. I thought it went out. It's still alive. Yarncroke wraps it around. I thought that hit the netting, but it didn't. Marner trying to steal the puck off Sergachev here. As Sergachev does a good job protecting it. Can't clear it though. Matthew steals to Yarncroke. Marner! Oh, and he can't center it. Now goes to Matthews. Matthews back to the point. Brody to Marner. Marner puts it to the other side. McCabe pinching, and it comes free for Killorn, who will clear it to center. The Leafs will get a change. The Lightning only got one player changed. Leafs still pressuring. O'Reilly back to the point. Giordano to Hall. Back for O'Reilly. Riley holding on to it. Now it's down low for Nylander. Nylander up high. To Giordano with the blast. And he fanned on all of that. It did not go nearly as hard as he thought. No, Giordano again! And that goes up. And off the glass, misses everything. It's still in the zone here. There's a broken stick on the play as well, so the Leafs have a 4-man out front. Basically a 5-on-4.5 here. O'Reilly centers it, and it misses everyone, goes all the way down. There was some tired Lightning players on the ice there. Leafs trying to catch him on a change. Matthews in, holds to Marner. Oh, and it gets blocked. And now Cole trying to stretch past that, airmail it to that Lightning player, but it couldn't quite find him. Good pressure here by the Leafs, though, with 2 shifts back-to-back by the Matthews and then the O'Reilly line. Oh, now a centering pass by the Lightning. Blocked rebound, and that gets knocked wide. Colton in behind the net. I think that was Perry with one of the opportunities there. Matthews trying to battle for it, get it out of the zone. Can't quite do so, but he gets it to Schenn, who will give it to Riley. Back for Schenn here. And now it's to David Kampf with the shot. That gets stopped by Vasilevsky into the corner. Now it's Aston Reese here. It's this 4th line. Let's see if they can continue the pressure after some really good shifts by the Leafs. Lafferty gets knocked down. He'll get back up. He's getting hit by Nick Paul there, but he comes away with it. Gets it back to the point. McCabe holds on to it, trying to dodge the checking of Hagel. Puck goes all the way down to David Kampf. Kampf will wrap it around. Lafferty. Nice move. Out front. Oh, and that gets just knocked away from Aston Reese. But Aston Reese on it here. Gets it back to the point. TJ Brody over to Justin Hall. Justin Hall on the right-hand side, coming in deep. Holds on to it, gets hit by Perbix. Oh, I feel like he probably could have called a little bit of a hold there. Really good pressure here from the Leafs. Shift after shift. Now the Lightning will come the other way. It's a 4-on-2 here for the Lightning. Stamkos to Cole, and he scores, of course. After minutes of pressure by the Leafs, the Lightning come the other way, and they score. That is just, that's how that goes. That's how that goes so often. After so many opportunities by the Leafs, so much pressure by the Leafs, they had chances and chances and chances, couldn't put it past Vasilevsky, and now it comes the other way, and Ian Cole just waits out Samsonov. And he just comes in. The Leafs get puck watching a little bit as 2 players go to the left side, leaving that right side all open. And so the Leafs get, or the Lightning, sorry, get on the board here. So the Leafs here, they need to shake off that goal quickly. Because they had so much pressure, they had all of the momentum, and they need to make sure that that goal doesn't knock the wind out of their sails. Some offensive zone time for the Lightning here finally. And a shot by Sergachev goes wide. I disagree with Sheldon Keefe putting out this 4th line here after a goal. I don't know why this 4th line is out here. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that. As Aston Reese trying to knock the puck off the stick here. Stamkos in the corner, or on the far wall, I should say. Puck comes loose, and Kampf will get it up ahead, but They only get it to center, as Lafferty couldn't get farther than that. Leafs make a few changes, but don't get that entire line changed. McCabe gets it up ahead, and that goes all the way down into the Lightning end. Bogosian chips it up ahead, and here's Nick Paul. Paul up for Maroon, goes off his skate, and Riley will feed it up ahead. Here's Tavares. Spins back. Now he'll get it in for Riley. Riley's in deep. That's Morgan Riley. He'll put it back for David Kampf, who's battling against Bogosian. Nick Paul's there as well. Tavares trying to find the loose puck. And here's Fleury. Hayden Fleury will be the third one in there to gather the puck, and he'll put it up ahead for Paul. Paul dumps it in. Chen will get the puck. Nylander, had that puck stolen away from him, but he steals it right back. Now he gives it away again. And here's Maroon, shoots, and goes over the net there. Here's Pat Maroon again. Oh no, there's Maroon. Maroon with a shot. Stopped by Samsonov. Rebound. Nylander will make sure that it goes wide. Oh, that clearing attempt knocked down by Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Bellemare gets it back to the point. Perbix with a shot. Stopped by Samsonov. Rebound. Smothered. Whew. That was... Whew. So huge pressure by the Leafs. Then a 4-on-2. Cole capitalizes on that. And then the Lightning had a little bit more pressure there after the goal. Yeah, I'm not sure why Gustafsson was benched. That was a very strange move. I know that they have kind of had that, one goaltender plays, the other one plays almost all season, but after Gustafsson had such a great night on the first game, I don't know why he was benched. Sick of the Bolts, man. Let's go Toronto, indeed. Also, by the way, I saw your message at the start of the stream. I'm probably not going to stream any other playoff game for at least the first round, and maybe more rounds. The only ones that I'll stream are the Leafs. If the Leafs get knocked out, and that's an if. That's an if. If the Leafs get knocked out, whatever round they're in, maybe I'll stream some games for the other rounds. We'll see. I'm not quite too sure. But, I mean, the only game that I've streamed other than Leafs games is that one Calgary game. So, I don't know. We'll see if I stream any other games, but for now, I'm just doing the Leafs. Well, the only reason I've done Canadian teams is because the Leafs are my favorite, and the Flames are my second favorite. So, that's the only reason. It's not like I'm opposed to streaming, just American teams either. I just, those were my favorite teams, so that's why I did those. And I specifically did the Flames game because I thought it was very important. I mean, it was a very important game against the Jets, where if they lost, they were definitely out of the playoffs. If they won, which they did, they had a better chance. And, they still didn't make the playoffs, but I thought if they won that game, they probably would make it, but they still ended up losing to Chicago and Vancouver as well. They just, I don't know. I was really hoping the Flames would make it, but obviously they did not. But, I'll probably stream some finals games. I don't know if I'll stream every one, but I'll probably do the finals. Whatever teams it may be, doesn't really matter who it is. But when it's the Leafs in the finals, then I definitely will do every game. He says with a grain of salt. Sorry. Or checking there. Ooh, puck comes loose. O'Reilly! Oh, stopped by Vasilevsky. Oh, man. Brody with a shot from the point goes wide. Here's Nyes. He gets knocked down. And that puck will get cleared by Point, but it goes into one of the benches. Man, I've really liked this third line for the Leafs. Of Achari, Nyes, and O'Reilly. Yeah, Nice does a really good job there stopping the puck from going all the way around the boards, and he makes it so the puck comes out in front, and he taps it to O'Reilly, and Vasilevsky does a good job getting over. This third line has looked a lot better, for sure. I understand why Sheldon Keefe went with the O'Reilly, Tavares, Nylander in game one, but I think this just helps the Leafs' depth so much more this way. Pass out front, and Cirelli shot gets blocked. Ugh. As Yarncroke will put it back behind the net for Justin Hall. Hall will back it for Giordano. Giordano puts it up ahead. Yarncroke gets knocked down before the puck even really gets to him. I think that probably should have been a penalty. None on the play. Bull dumps it in. Giordano's there. Giordano wraps it around for Justin Hall. Hall up ahead. Here's Tavares with a shot. And that gets blockered into the netting by Vasilevsky. We're going to another commercial break here. I'm going to quickly go get a drink. I'll be right back. Just give me like 2 seconds. All right. You're Canadian? Yes, I am. I am indeed Canadian. All right. Man, I am just getting up there. I was like, holy crap, I'm nervous, eh? I'm very, very nervous about this game. We're showing Matthew Knies' parents here. I like that hat by, I think it's his dad. His dad's got a nice hat on. There's Maple Leaf Square, looking a lot more lively this time around than in game one. John Tavares wins the draw here. Oh, up front! Tavares with the rebound! Stopped by Vasilevsky. And the nut came off as well. Tavares wins the draw. Nylander drops it for Riley, who plays it out front. Kerfoot was kind of getting blocked out by Perbix, but Tavares jumps on the loose puck, backhands it, and Vasilevsky makes the save. .706 left to go in the second period. Shots 21-16 in favor of the Leafs. Tavares taking the draw again against Hall, but he gets waived. So Nylander will have to take the draw here. Nick Paul wins the draw, gets it to Ian Cole, who play it to Maroon on the left-hand side, and they'll get it out to center. Leafs get the puck first, though. They try and dump it in. Doesn't quite get there, though. Now Nylander with a lot of speed brings it in. Leaves it for Riley to Nylander. Rebound! Scores! John Tavares gets the rebound! And the Leafs are up 4-1. Oh, no. Not 4-1. Oh no. Why'd it have to be 4-1? So it's a good job by Nylander with a ton of speed here. Gives it over to Riley on the right-hand side. It's a tip play to Nylander, and the rebound comes right to Tavares. Nylander just tips it a little bit for Tavares in front, and he just backhands it past Vasilevsky. And John Tavares will put the Leafs up 4-1. Halfway, a little over halfway through the second. I always cheer for Canadian teams, Oilers, then Flames, then everyone else. I don't always cheer for Canadian teams. Ooh, and a shot there. Gets deflected, and Vasilevsky had to make that save. And the puck gets deflected into the Lightning bench. But I don't always cheer for Canadian teams. It's really just the Leafs and the Flames. Well, that Nylander tip almost went in too, but Tavares got the rebound there. Yeah, outside of the Leafs and the Flames, like, I kind of like Vancouver. The only reason that I want Edmonton to do well is just because of McDavid, but outside of that, like, I really don't care. I don't care about Canadian teams. Go Leafs, go indeed. Hey Rick, no, hey man, you're not a big deal. I don't care if you don't care if you have a Lightning profile pick. I'm obviously not wanting the team to win, but no, it doesn't bother me if you're a fan of the team or if you want to have that profile picture or whatever. O'Reilly with a shot, knocked away by Vasilevsky. The Leafs have looked so much better in this game, man. This is the Leafs that we were expecting in Game 1. As there's an offside call here. This is how the Leafs should have looked in Game 1. As we go to another commercial break. Man, just they have looked miles better in this one. It's not even like literally two different teams. This is the Jekyll and Hyde that is the Maple Leafs, where they can have a game like like Game 1, and a game here. Just so different, man. They're so different. Oh, jeez. I'm still so nervous, though. Holy shit. Uh, this is why I love... I love and I hate the playoffs, for this reason in particular. Because I'm just so nervous, even though my team is up. But they're up 4-1. You hate the Flames as you're more of a Leafs, Oilers, Sharks, Kings, Canucks, Predators, Lightning, Sabres, Islanders, Blues, Avalanche fan. That was fair. I mean, yeah, I know most people don't like the Flames. Understandable. Oh yeah, I mean, like, I don't hate any fan base. Like, I don't. If you're a fan of another team, I really, I don't mind. Like, even like the Islanders, like, the only reason that I've started not like the Islanders as much as of late is because of like the whole Tavares coming to the Leafs. There's been a lot of that's like the only. It's not even like I don't like the Islanders fans because of it, but just like maybe more of a section of the Islanders fan base that I find like a little bit strange. But like I found it so funny that when like Tavares came back for the first time, just the vibe and the entire like way that the building was just so funny. They had so many chants ready for him. I like, as a Leaf fan, I'm like, I don't want that to happen to my player, but it was funny though. It was very funny. But yeah, like I don't Even Boston fans, I don't hate Boston fans, and that's probably the only team I legitimately hate is Boston. But I do not hate their fans. There's a hand pass will get called here. I mostly just cheer for my favorite players. I like the Rangers because there's Zibanejad, and New Jersey for Hughes. Yeah, I mean that's like another reason why, like I like certain teams. Like, you know, I like, you know, let's see, like I basically cheer for every team Kessel is on. You know, like I was cheering for the Penguins when they won their cups because Kessel was on those. I'm cheering for the Vegas Golden Knights because Kessel is on there. Like, yeah, I definitely cheer for teams because of certain players for sure. And my how much I cheer for them definitely depends on their players throughout the seasons. But if there are any Canadian teams in the playoffs, I usually cheer for them. As a shot stopped by Samsonov, I thought he had it, but it went to the corner actually. Hold on. Okay, now that puck goes out of play. Yeah, I don't necessarily cheer for Canadian teams if they're in the mix. To me, like I know, are they? Oh, it looks like Radish kind of got hit there a little bit. If Radish gets injured, that would be terrible for the Lightning. Good for the Leafs, but terrible for the Lightning. um, but yeah, I usually don't cheer for the Canadian teams if they're just a Canadian team. Um, it has to depend on who they are, because like I'm sure as hell not cheering for Ottawa or Montreal if they're like when Montreal went to the finals the other like a few years ago. I did not cheer for them. I did not care. I was like, I don't want I don't want a Canadian team to win the cup this year. I do not want the Canadians to win that. But you know, if Edmonton goes far and the Leafs don't, then I'll cheer for Edmonton just because of McDavid. That's the only reason. Point shoots. That goes wide. Cabe gets it up ahead for Lafferty. He'll chip it for Aston Reese, and once again, it's this fourth line out here against the point Stamkos Kucherov line. Kampf shoots, rebound, scores. Aston Reese. Just as I was about to say, why is this fourth line out here against the first line of the Lightning? They say, screw you, Landon. This is why. And Aston Reese finds the back of the net. Woo. So a dump in here. Aston Reese goes after the puck on Radish. Lafferty helps him out, and the puck comes free. Lafferty towards the front of the net, and Aston Reese finds the rebound right in behind Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky just couldn't quite get his arm on it. Aston Reese finds the loose puck as he's not tied up in front, and the Leafs are up 5-1. I was literally just about to say, I don't like this fourth line being out here against the Lightning's first line. I just don't think they can defend against it, and I feel like they have no offensive pressure. That is what I was about to say, and they said, we don't want to listen to you. We're just going to score a goal. How about that? Nylander gets it up to Morgan Rielly. That couldn't quite connect with Kerfoot, but it goes into the Lightning zone. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go here in the period. Justin Hall, long pass to O'Reilly. Trying to pressure here. Nyes on the forecheck, who's looked really good in his first game. I've liked Nyes a lot. And it's something we can talk about at the intermission a little bit. With the, of course, the suspension of Bunting as well. Oh, out front, Perry gets denied. Rebound! And it's fanned on by Jeannot. Jeannot couldn't get anything on the backhand there. Oh, that puck is kept in, though. A good job by Herbix there to keep it in. But Giordano will get it over to Hall, who gets it up ahead to Achari, and he'll dump it in. Matthew Knies forechecking, trying to steal it for Jeannot. Oh, and Matthews kind of helped him out there, but they couldn't quite get the puck. Matthews throws a check there as well. I didn't get to see fully all of it. Jarnkrok will dump it in. Here's Austin Matthews battling against Perbix. Puck comes loose. It goes all the way around. Leafs keep it in. Marner with a shot. Rebound. Oh, it scores. It goes off. I think a Lightning player and in. Mitch Marner gets the goal, and it's 6-1 for the Leafs. It was deflected in front. Wow. What just a completely different game from the Leafs. Brody leaves it for... Oh no, it's tipped in front, I think by Jarnkrok. Oh no, it's not by Jarnkrok, it's by Hagel. It went off Hagel's skate and in. So Mitch Marner, is that his second of the game? Yeah, Mitch Marner's second of the game to put the Leafs up 6-1. And this is exactly the kind of game that the Leafs were hoping to have after that poor performance. Am I hearing Vasi chants? I don't... Look, man. Maybe I'm just one of those fans. I don't want you chanting Vasi's name. I hate chants. Like, I understand why it's a thing, and I kind of like it in some cases. But a Vasi chant in the second game, I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. I don't like that at all. It scares me. It's very, very similar to the Corey Perry booing, where I feel like it fuels them. It doesn't get in their head. It fuels them. It makes them want to play better. And so, like, it doesn't bother me for this game in particular because it's 6-1 at this point. But I don't like it for future games. Is what I'm more thinking of. As the puck gets dumped into the Leafs end. 45 seconds left here to go. And they'll call it a hand pass. Oh, they're calling that a hand pass? Can't touch it with a stick there. I don't know how they're calling that a hand pass. I want to see that again, because that was not a hand pass. I hope Florida takes out Boston. Oh my god, that would be a dream. That'd be a dream if Florida takes out Boston. I love that. I don't think that's going to happen. They did take one game, but I mean, if Boston can, or if Florida can beat Boston, I'll be very happy. Although there's another Belmar with a shot gets blocked. Let's wait these 30 seconds here before we kind of fully talk about that, because these last 30 seconds are pretty important. O'Reilly forechecking here. Matthew Knies trying to find Achari in the middle. Puck gets deflected, though. Lightning will dump it in. Jeannot, well, I'll be completely honest, I've not noticed a whole lot in this game. Leafs will break it out. It's going to be the end of the first period here. Or the second period, sorry. As the Leafs go to second intermission with a 6-1 lead. But, yeah, I would love for Florida to take out Boston, but there's another first round series matchup that I care a little bit more about winning. That is obviously this one here, where the Leafs, this is the Leafs team that you were wanting in game one. And they took a game to get here, but now they are here, and hopefully they can continue like this for the rest of the series, as they have looked so good. And this is huge for multiple reasons, right? Obviously, home ice They have now lost home ice advantage with losing that first round, um, which sucks specifically because the Lightning have not been very good on the road this season. They have a below 500 record of 18, 22, and 1. So you kind of needed to capitalize on that. You needed to win your home games, and they missed game 1. They couldn't go. They just couldn't go down 2-0 in the series. They couldn't do that, especially when you're at home. If they did that, it would have been done. But they've come out. They played strong, especially against a team who is their defense does not look that great. Like, their defense is Sergachev, Radish on the first line, in Cole Perbix on the second, and Fleury Bogosian. That is a depleted defense core for the Tampa Bay Lightning. You have to take advantage of Hedman and Cernak out of the lineup. And they say that Hedman is day-to-day. So, like, as long as he's out of the lineup, you need to take advantage of those games. They didn't last game. They need to do it in this game, which so far they have done so. There is still one period left, but so far they've done so. And it's super important as well because so here's kind of the situation with Bunting, right? You have Bunting come out of the lineup. I like Bunting for the most part. But just the whole situation with the refs there, it made it so I don't know why Keefe put him on the first line. I think that was a stupid move to do. I don't know why Sheldon Keefe had Bunting on the first line in game 1. He knew that Bunting's reputation with the refs is not good. He knows that. He's experienced that over and over again during this season, especially in the last few games of the season. He knows that. I don't know why he put him on the first line. It's not like anything was going to change. Now, that being said, Bunting did it to himself. He suspended himself. That was not a good hit. He shouldn't. I mean, he hit Cernak directly to the head, and it was all head. It's on him that he got suspended. But I don't understand him being on the first line. I did not get it. And you saw, like, right after Bunting got kicked out of that game as well, Jarnkrok moved up to that top line, and they scored. They scored fairly quickly. And now look at this game here, and that first line looks good. I don't know why Bunting was on that first line. I just don't get it, to be honest. It was confusing to me. And Matthew Nye is here now, coming in. I just like these lines a lot better. The only thing that I still don't like is Kerfoot on that second line. He's played a lot better. He hasn't hurt that second line. They've looked, honestly, that second line has looked better this game than they did last game. But you could say the same thing for literally every single other line and every single other pair. But like that second line last game was not really that great. And this way, you spread out your attack a little bit more. You know, putting O'Reilly on that third pair, or that third line, I should say. It makes it so you're a lot more deadly all throughout your lineup than really just, stacking up on that top two lines. And I don't mind. Like, I wouldn't hate if they went back to Tavares, O'Reilly, Nylander at some point in the series, but I feel like it's a lot better as a late game push, or if you're down and you need a goal. I don't mind, loading up on that line there. I don't mind that. I don't mind shortening the lines there and putting Tavares up with O'Reilly or putting O'Reilly up with Tavares and Nylander. I don't mind that. But as a full game right from the bat, I think O'Reilly works a lot better on that third line, which has looked really good. I mean, they don't have a goal. I think they're the only line without a goal. But like, Matthew Knies has looked really good in his playoff debut here. I've liked Acciari and O'Reilly together. They just bring a lot of forechecking, a lot of pressure. I think they've looked really good. So this is definitely, I hope that, honestly, they keep this lineup. If Bunting, when Bunting's 3 games is up, dude, it's tough. I don't know how you put him in the lineup. At this point, maybe you change out Lafferty for Bunting, but like you're not Bunting's on the fourth line at this point. If he does come back in the series, I don't see how you can when Bunting comes back, I don't see how you can take out Matthew Knies right now. Maybe, after a few more games, maybe he falters a little bit, but as of right now, as of this game, I like Matthew Knies more than what I liked from Bunting in that first one. So I don't know. We'll see exactly what they do. I mean, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, of course, because we still got one more period left to play in this game, but the Leafs have looked damn good. And this is the Leafs that we were expecting. All right, so what I'm going to do is we'll watch some of the Rangers Devils game. You have to change the score though. What is 1-0 or 1-1? Sorry. At this point in time, 11:30 left to go in the second period. The Rangers have a power play here right now. Shots are 19-12 in favor of the Rangers. Let's see who got the goals as well. I didn't see who got either goal. So Erik Haula got the first goal from McLeod and Palat on the power play. That was 11:44 into the first period. Tarasenko tied it up from Fox and Lindgren at 5:53 in the second. So that's where that tie game comes from. Obviously, the Rangers are leading the series 1-0. I'm kind of hoping that the Devils win this one. I want the series to go on as long as possible. I like both teams. One moment, sorry. I need to put up a graphic or something when I'm blowing my nose, because I don't like blowing my nose while I have the full cam on me. Oh, and the Rangers score on the power play. Looks like Kreider maybe with the goal. Let's see. And I'm gonna take the clock away because that's not really doing too much. Let's see here. I was blowing my nose, so I missed it. So it's Kane that just holds, leaves it off for Panarin, and that rebound goes to the corner, back for Kane, and it's a deflection in front by Kreider. Kane from a shot from the point, Kreider in front, deflects it past Vanacek. Even though we're kicking Tampa's butt, I would like to see a goal from Austin Matthews. For sure. Definitely. I mean, I think Matthews has looked good, but yes, obviously you would like to see a goal for sure. At the same time, though, I mean, I know it's not really how it works, but I would like for Matthews to save his goals for when it's a little bit more important. I know that's not how that works at all, but, if you're only allowed a certain amount of goals in a playoff series, I would like for Matthews to score it maybe in game 3, game 4, than right now. New Jersey has a lot of young talent, but New York is just stacked. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like both teams. I do have the Rangers winning the cup. That was my my prediction. And I'll be honest, when I did my playoff prediction, I knew who, when I went into it, I knew who I wanted to win each series, in terms of the first round. But after the first round, I kind of just did it, as it kind of came to me, when I was recording that video. So I didn't even come into it saying yeah, I think the Rangers are going to win the cup. But, just looking at the series that I had predicted, at least, the Rangers are just so good. They have one of the best offenses in the league right now, with the additions of Kane and Tarasenko, you know, and you got Chris Kreider, Zibanejad, Panarin, and even like that kid line of Lafreniere, Hedel, and Kako has been really good as well. Like, they just have such a good lineup. As the Devils get a chance and just put wide, Devils are going to get a power play here, though. And they have a good defense. You know, you got Trouba, who obviously is very controversial with some of the hits that he throws, but I mean, I still think he's a good defenseman. And, you know, Adam Fox, really good as well. And then you have Shesterkin, who has had a, you know, hasn't been as good as he was last year, but he's still a really good goaltender. Like, they're stacked. They are a stacked team for sure. But yeah, I like the Devils a lot. I think they definitely do have a young, fun team, but you know, they don't have that experience like New Jersey has with some of their guys. Not like New Jersey, or not like the Rangers are super experienced. You know, I guess, how far did they go last round, actually? No, they got some experience on them. Because didn't they go to the conference final last year? Hold on. 2022 playoff NHL. Second round. Yeah, I guess the Rangers did go to the conference final. I forgot they went that far. Honestly, I forgot. I for some reason thought they went on in the second round, but they got fairly far last year. So, you know, they got some experience on them. Even without just Kane and Tarasenko. I can see the Rangers going to the finals for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping that my bracket would be a little bit more, I don't know, unique, I guess. I didn't want it to be the same as everybody else's, but, you know, from almost every single person that I saw, oh yeah, Meyer kind of gets hit in front by Trouba there. And Trouba will go to the box, but, yeah, I didn't want mine to be the same as everybody else's, but like I said, I was kind of just doing it on the fly after that first round. And then someone uploaded, I believe, hold on, let me see if I can find their name. Because someone uploaded a video. It was Icy Wire, but with a Y instead of an I in the wire part. I don't know, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. But they uploaded a video kind of looking at everybody, like a whole bunch of YouTubers' predictions. And I was looking at mine compared to everybody else's, and I went, oh, mine's not that different. You know, and I kind of wish I had something a little bit more different, but I guess it's kind of how I felt. If we beat Tampa and Florida beats Boston, we better make it to the conference finals. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, we definitely have a better. I don't want to talk too much about the second round, honestly. At this point, I don't want to go too far into that because we'll talk about it when we get there. How about that? We'll talk about it when we get there. But I'm okay with talking about second round matchups for other teams. But when it comes to the Leafs, I don't want to say too much because you know it's been what 6 years now that they haven't made it out of the first round. So we'll talk about it when we get there. I also saw that Neil from Post to Post, he did a video talking about like all of the teams that he did want to make the or that he did want to win the series, and then ones that like he just actually thought who would win the series. And he did 2 separate videos there. I kind of wish I did something like that as well, but I mean, it wouldn't really be too much of a surprise because I would just pick the Leafs to win the cup at that point. But I think that could be maybe not an interesting, at least for myself, you know, having an investment in the playoffs. Oh, a breakaway pass for Trouba here. Comes in and stopped by Vanecek. And he'll hold on. Woo. That's an important stop for Vanecek there. You think there's a possibility the Rangers could sweep the Devils? I mean, for sure. I think the things about sweeps is like sometimes you have close sweeps, and then sometimes you have very like sweeps that are not as close. Wasn't there like I'm trying to remember the series that it was. I think it was in between. Was it the Edmonton Winnipeg sweep that like people were looking at it like analytics wise, and like they said like Winnipeg was in that series and it was so close, even though was it, or maybe I'm trying to remember what happened in that series. Maybe Edmonton got swept by Winnipeg because I think that was the 2021 series. Hold on, let me look this up. Let me look this up so I'm not confusing it. 2021 NHL playoff. Let's see here. I think Montreal went on to sweep. Okay, so yeah, Winnipeg did sweep Edmonton. And then, so I got the opposite. I thought Edmonton swept Winnipeg. So yeah, Edmonton got swept by Winnipeg. And then Winnipeg got swept by Montreal. But I feel like I remember reading like a lot of analytics and like stuff like that where it was actually like a very close series, and like Winnipeg was really close to winning a couple of those games, but they just didn't and they got swept. And I think that could be a series like this here where you know, if the Rangers win this game, it's a definite possibility for sure. All right, we're going to switch back over to the Leafs game because it should be starting up here. All right. Third. So Andrei Vasilevskiy still in net for the Lightning here. That's not very surprising, to be honest. I know Vasilevskiy has given up 6, but not all too shocking. I don't think Brian Elliott sees a single second of this series. Unless Vasilevskiy gets hurt, I don't know why you'd put him in. Giordano. We'll get it to Justin Holl. Oh, I should put my clock back up here. There you guys go. An icing call against the Leafs. So the shots are 29-17 in favor of the Leafs. So Vasilevskiy has given up 6 goals and made 27 or 23 saves. Not great. Matthews loses the draw here. Marner tried to feed it to Matthews, but it was picked off by Cirelli. Sergachev at the point makes a nice move, shoots, gets blocked. Puck comes all the way down. The Leafs manage to tip it, and it comes out. Matthews comes actually back into the Leafs' end here. Lauren with a hit on Giordano. Justin Holl brings it out. Forecheck here by the third line. Lightning will come out. Morgan Rielly makes a move around his guy, and he'll put it up ahead. It gets intercepted. Corey Perry can't put it home as he made a nice move on Samsonov, but just couldn't tap it by him. Now a shot there gets blocked in front. Another shot goes wide. Pat Maroon trying to gather the puck. It gets intercepted by Matthew Knies, and O'Reilly will put it out. And now here's Noel Acciari charging after the puck, but he has no stick. He was just coming at it with his feet. Kerfoot with a shot. Knocked away by Vasilevsky. Now a centering pass just misses Nylander. Sergachev will have to gather that. I feel like Sergachev has been out here like for forever. Radish with a shot stopped by Samsonov. I want to see Sergachev's ice time. I feel like he's been out here for like like almost half of the game at this point. Let's see. Sergachev time on ice 17:26, so pretty damn close to half of the game here. I kind of thought it would be a little bit more than 17, but I don't know. I feel like he's been out there a ton, which makes sense. Fourth line out here for the Leafs once again against this top line. I know that the Leafs do like their fourth line against the top line. I don't know if I love it, honestly. Like they're trying to free up their other lines for more favorable matchups, and I know that they trust their bottom six here. But man, it's Point, Kucherov, and Stamkos. I like David Kampf. I like Noel or Zach Aston Reese. I think Lafferty's fine, but it's a lot to put on those guys. But I mean, it worked. It's worked so far this game, and I mean, it obviously got them a goal as well. But now for an icing call here, the Leafs will put out the Tavares line, as that top line is still out there for the Lightning. Kerfoot can't win the draw. Here's Radish in his own zone. He's kind of holding on to it. Nylander with a little bit of pressure. He's still holding on to it here. I mean, we'll take it. He leaves it for Sergachev. They're just trying to find a pass here. They made some changes as well. Of course, that wasn't icing against the Lightning, so they wanted to change that first line. Now the puck gets wrapped around the boards and misses Nylander, so it'll be an icing call against the Leafs. Well, this game is a massive bounce back, for sure. It's exactly what the Leafs needed. A dominant game one by the Lightning, and so far it's been a dominant game two by the Leafs. I mean, it goes to show you that one game doesn't really matter. At least in terms of the score. Doesn't matter how badly you get beat in one game. All that matters is that you lost it. And you can always come back. As long as you don't have that happen in three games. Or 4 games, I should say. As long as you don't lose 4 times, you can always come back. Shocking. Kane has a 3-point game. Did the Rangers score again? I think it was just 2-1 the last time that I saw. Let's see. They did indeed score again. This time, oh, it was Kreider again. Did I see hold on. Okay, yeah. Alright, it was just 2-1 the last time I saw it. Because I was like, Kreider scoring from Kane. That's what happened last time. Here's Yarncroke. Holds up. Feeds it deep for Matthews. He missed the puck, actually. So McCabe is in there deep. That's turned over. Leafs hold the zone. Yeah, I was just confused. I was like, I guess the same kind of pairing happened. Marner does a good job coming back there. Now Brody has it in his own zone. He's waiting for the Leafs to change. Now Ryan O'Reilly. I'm just so much more confident in these lines with O'Reilly on the third line. It's something that the Leafs have really been missing since Nazem Kadri has been traded. It's just a good 3-line centers. They had a great center depth with Nazem Kadri, John Tavares, and Austin Matthews. once that trade was made, they've had a hard time really finding that third line center. They had David Kampf there for quite a while, and I like David Kampf a lot. I think he's I don't mind him even as a third line center, but I think I think it's even better having him on the fourth line. I think it just works a lot better. It gives you a lot more options up front. And Ryan O'Reilly being that third option is just that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Schenn gets it up to Lafferty, passes it to Zach Aston Reese. He'll dump it in. I'll take a look at the comments in a second. As Riley has an opportunity, misses that pass. Kampf gets it to Lafferty, leaves it for Riley. Schenn holds on to it. He'll dump it in. Ooh, Aston Reese can't come out in front. Lafferty, back to the point. Here's David Kampf. Tries to get it to Riley, but it misses him. That's the second time that Riley has missed a pass on this shift. David Kampf with a hit on Tanner Jeannot, who I mentioned him. I think I've mentioned him 3 times. On the second time that I mentioned him, I said I've really not noticed him. And once again, I have not noticed Tanner Jeannot. They spent so much for that guy. And I know he's coming back from injury, but I have not noticed him whatsoever. Radish gets it over to Sergachev. Ooh, cross-ice pass just misses Kucherov, and now the Leafs are out. Nylander will just dump it as Kerfoot goes in for it. Tip back from McCabe. McCabe with the long shot tipped by Tavares that goes wide. John Tavares looking for the hat trick there. A point. Shoots. Oh, he was looking for a tip by Kucherov. He just missed it. Thought he was going for the shot, but that was definitely a play looking for the tip. As Samsonov's stick gets knocked out of his hands. And Leaf fans booing at it. I think the ref, I don't know how he missed that. Marner comes in. Oh, and it gets deflected. And Marner also looking for a hat trick as well. So that shot goes up and out of play. As much as I hate to say this, or as much as I say this, that Kane will never be considered a Ranger, I still might get a Kane Ranger jersey, a Road Kane Ranger jersey. I mean, I like those Rangers away jerseys. They're quite nice. I still don't love the word mark. I'll never like a word mark, I don't think. But the road one is definitely a lot better. I want to see a Canes versus Oilers. We need a 2006 rematch. That would be a pretty good series. That would be a lot of fun. It's not the teams that I want in the finals. Actually, if I don't know, like out of the West, I honestly don't really care too much who comes out of the West. Like, I want Edmonton just because of McDavid. And Hyman as well. I like Hyman. So like that's why I want Edmonton. I still like Colorado, to be honest. So Colorado, if they come out of the West, I also wouldn't be too opposed to it. You know, the Golden Knights, I also would be fine with. Like I kind of mentioned, I like Kessel. So any team that has Kessel on it, I'll be cheering for somewhat. But like outside of those 3 teams, like I'm not even cheering really too hard for any of them. Like, you know, Winnipeg, no, not cheering for them. The Wild or Dallas, not at all. Morgan Rielly with 4 assists tonight ties a Leaf record. Mitch Marner has 2 goals on 3 shots. And John Tavares 2 goals on 4 shots. So a pretty good night here for the Leafs. But yeah, Dallas or Minnesota, I don't really care too much about either one of those teams, to be completely honest. I guess the Kings as well. I like the Kings. So like there's quite a few teams honestly in the West that I honestly wouldn't mind coming out of the West. Shen with a shot. Ooh, Tavares looking for looking for that loose puck there. Couldn't find it. 12:26 left to go here in the third period. Leafs up 6-1. Here's Morgan Rielly, gives it to Tavares. Tavares in, shoots. Oh, and a weird kind of deflection there. Almost fools Vasilevsky as he was trying to knock it to the corner. And it kind of came out in front there. Very strange for sure. And Maple Leaf Square is still filled, unlike this time last game where it was thinning out a little bit. Fans definitely a lot more happy this time around for sure. Morgan Rielly gets up ahead to Ryan O'Reilly. There's Knies, forechecking there. Thoughts on Matthew Knies? I think he's looked great. For your first playoff game, was that going to be too many men, or did that puck go into the bench? Oh, Matthew Knies is... Uh-oh. Speaking of Knies, looks like his right foot there, a little bit injured. Ooh, yeah, he kind of just falls a little bit strangely. He's still skating though. Hopefully he should be all right. But he's shaking off that right foot for sure. Yeah, I've really liked Matthew Knies' game. I mean, that third line has looked so much better in this game than it did in game one. He's done a good job forechecking. He's had a few times where he's knocked the puck into the center of the ice there. O'Reilly had a chance on one of his plays. He's looked really good. He had one play where he kind of got back, did a little bit of a stick check. I mean, he did take one penalty, but honestly, I didn't really think that penalty was that good of a call. I've liked him. We should keep the first line the same. I don't think you change your lineup. Honestly, yeah, Jarnkrok has great chemistry with Matthews. I don't know why they put Bunting on the first line in game one. Like, Sheldon Keefe knew that the refs did not like Michael Bunting, that he has a bad reputation with the refs. I don't know why you put a guy like that on your first line, especially when Jarnkrok has played so well with Matthews, like, towards the end of the season. And Matthews even said that he wanted Calle Jarnkrok on his line, as Jeannot thought about fighting Luke Schenn there. Schenn deciding not to drop the gloves. I don't think Jeannot is too happy about that. I think he wants to fight Schenn, but I don't know why you would if you're Schenn at this point. There's no point in fighting Jeannot. They're still going at each other, and now there is a fight. So Schenn versus Jeannot. Jeannot with a couple of right hands there. Jeannot a few more. And now Schenn with the left hand, beating on Jeannot. Oh, some good hits by Schenn here. Jeannot fighting back with some rights. And now the refs will break it up here. Honestly, I feel like that was a pretty even fight. Jeannot got some good punches in. Schenn got some good punches. I think that southpaw maybe surprised Jeannot a little bit. Most people don't expect that kind of southpaw fighting style, but yeah, they were talking about it since the puck kind of dropped there. But yeah, some good punches from both guys. I still don't think I love that from Schenn, just because there's no point in fighting at this for the there's a linesman just chilling in the box with Tanner Jeannot. I don't know what's happened here, but he's like, you know what, just shut me in until we get this figured out. That's funny. That's very funny. Here, Edouard Bellemare giving the gloves to Jeannot. Perry talking to Jeannot as well. Now that linesman will be able to get out of prison. Looks like the ref was talking to the fans there. I don't know what was being said. But, You know, I know this was something that Steve Dangle mentioned specifically. You know, he was saying that the Leafs didn't really show too much heart, too much fight back in game 1 after after they went down 6-2 in the second. And this is kind of what he was wanting out of the Leafs in game 1. The Lightning, you know, have at least fought here. But the Leafs actually have a player in Luke Schenn that can actually kind of stand up a little bit. But yeah, going back to the lineup though, like I was saying, I don't know why Bunting was on the first line in game 1. I think Calle Jarnkrok should have been there from the start. Matthews has said that he's wanted to play with Calle Jarnkrok, and they've looked really good as well. So I don't know why he didn't put Jarnkrok on the first line, and I honestly don't know what you do when Bunting comes back. Like, the only player that I would want to come out, honestly, is Lafferty. Lafferty, not that he's looked particularly bad, but I think he's just been okay. Outside of that, I don't know why you would take, like, with how Calle Jarnkrok has played and Matthew Knies in this game in particular. Why would you move Jarnkrok off that top line? Why would you take out Matthew Knies at this point? The only other player that you'll probably take out is either Lafferty or Aston Reese. I would prefer Lafferty, honestly. I've seen it was Fanatics vintage jerseys at Jersey City. I was upset they didn't have Pavel Bure Canucks jersey. They had Naslund and Lindgren. Interesting. But are you talking about the Mitchell and Ness jerseys? Because I don't remember what Fanatics vintage jerseys do they have with Naslund and Bure. I don't even remember a Mitchell and Ness jersey either. Oh wait, sorry, they didn't have a Pavel Bure. Naslund and Lindgren though. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not quite too sure, honestly. I don't know. That is kind of surprising that they wouldn't have a Bure one. Oh, Cirelli with a chance here. Blocked in front by McCabe. Leafs will get out. Jarnkrok tries to dump in. Couldn't quite get it fully in, though. Yeah, so Lorne with a hit there on Hall. Yeah, so now the Leafs just have to come out healthy here. That's the only thing that you're looking at now, because yeah, the Lightning are going to start really punishing you, especially after that fight. Yeah, and there's a little bit of a there's some hooking by Kucherov on John Tavares there. Anything too crazy, but obviously a little bit of hook while Tavares doesn't have the puck, and yeah, that's going to be happening very often. Samsonov comes out to play the puck. Radish will stop it there, but Leafs can't quite clear the zone. Radish, Kucherov with the shot from the side, and that's stopped by Samsonov. And Kucherov, after the whistle, just pokes at Samsonov's glove. Honestly, if I was a ref there, I know it's nothing at all, right? He poked. It's a very light poke at Samsonov's glove. That does not mean anything. It's not going to affect Samsonov. It didn't affect anything at all. But the game is over. It's 6-1 with less than 10 minutes left. I think I would call that just so there's not any craziness after the whistle, because that's going to keep happening. And Kucherov is definitely one of those players where he likes to get a little bit, he gets a little upset if he's losing. We'll say that. He gets quite upset when he's losing and does some stuff that I don't like too much. So I don't know. If I was the refs, I would probably try and call as much as possible at this point just to get this game under control, because it can very easily. I'm a little bit worried in these last 10 minutes here about this game. Because, yeah, the Lightning are that type of team that when they're losing, they just say, screw it, and can do some dirty stuff. And Kucherov is one of those players. I'm saying right now, Game 3 is not going to be the way it was tonight. Oh, I mean, for sure. I think I think both teams kind of got that dominant game out of the way in the first two games here. I think the rest of the series is going to be a lot closer than this. I don't think we're going to go back and forth with lopsided games. I think the rest of the series is going to be a lot closer. I don't think it's going to be as a team isn't going to dominate as much as in these first two. At least I don't think so. So they're showing some fans in game one from the Leafs how upset they are, but now game two, a little bit of a different vibe in Scotiabank Arena. Fans are a little bit more happy this time around. Yeah, they're say it's a little bit of a different vibe in Scotiabank, a little bit. That shot gets shrugged away by Samsonov. Samsonov, who, I'll be honest, hasn't needed to do a ton tonight. He's looked fine, but he hasn't had to do too much. Leafs realize this playoffs this game. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it definitely. Another thing that I am slightly worried about, is Hedman coming back. And I'm not sure about Cernak either. I don't know if Cernak's day to day or if they announced how long Cernak is going to be out for, but the Leafs should have capitalized on Hedman being out and Cernak being out last game. I know it was only for basically half of the game, but they capitalized this time around for sure. Hagel with an opportunity. Samsonov held the post there. But if Hedman and Cernak are out again for game 3, like, you need to jump on that chance. You need to, man. That is basically their top pair, if I'm not mistaken. I think Hedman and Cernak are the top pair for Tampa. You need to capitalize on those opportunities when you get them. And they have tonight. The shot from the point there was kind of deflected in front. I think Samsonov made the save. Now Matthews comes in. Bogosian. It's Matthews. Once again, I'm a little bit worried about these last 7 minutes here. 7.5 minutes. Oh, Corey Perry! And he'll score. Puts it right under Samsonov. Of course, of course Perry gets one. It has to be Perry, hey? So Pierre-Edouard Bellemare brings it up, leaves it for Maroon, gets it back, and he just waits him out. Wow, it's a good play by Perry. Just waits out Samsonov as he kind of sprawls, does the double stack, and he just kind of puts it right under him. Maybe one that I would like Samsonov to stop. I respect the double pad stack there. Going a little bit old school style, but if you're going to do that, I would like you to stop the puck. I want to see a different view here for Samsonov. I'm not sure why he did that double pad stack instead of just sliding over. I don't know if he thought Bellemare was going to take the shot there, and that's why he kind of did the double pad stack, because he was caught. I'm not quite too sure. But either way, it's one that I don't love. But maybe it's just one that I mean, it is still a cross ice pass. So it's maybe just the way that his form is there that you don't particularly love, and if it goes in any other way, maybe you're a little bit more lenient on it. And a penalty is coming up here, and Perry and Hall are going at it here, and Perry, yeah, gets the best of Hall on that one. I don't think that's that's one that Hall really wants to take. I think Perry kind of wins that in most cases, but I kind of like that from Hall, honestly. Let's see what happens here. I want to know. I don't even know what the original penalty is. Oh, it's the slash there to Maroon on the stick of Giordano. And yeah, Maroon kind of paws at him as well. Corey Perry with a couple of slashes on Hall, and that's when they drop the gloves. And yeah, Perry kind of pulls Hall down and able to kind of punch him while he's down, to be honest. I don't think Hall was expecting Perry to drop his gloves. Whoa, look at that score. Yeah, it's a little bit of an opposite of what happened last game, for sure. A little bit of the opposite score. The Leafs will get a power play here. As Maroon gets that slashing call on Giordano right before the fight. And Hall obviously goes off as well as Perry for those fighting. Oh, fans are, I guess, beaking off against the Lightning players. The refs are talking to them. There's some security there as well. Once, I think they're saying Perry sucks. If that's what I'm hearing correctly. I think Perry. Yeah, Perry's beaking off here. I think so. Perry's going to the dressing room. He's done for the night. Leaf fans waving goodbye to Perry. Once again, though, I mentioned this at the start of the game. Apparently, the fans were booing Corey Perry off the ice. I don't love it. Perry really feeds on that. I mean, obviously, scoring a goal here. We'll see how he plays in Game 3, but I don't like booing Corey Perry. I think you should just ignore him, and that's when he's the least effective. When you give him his boos, he definitely gets energized by that. Don't worry that Corey Perry goal doesn't mean anything for this game. However, though, if we're still only had 3 goals. Oh, I would be worried. Gotcha. I was a little bit confused there. Yeah. The Corey Perry goal doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything for this game for sure. And if we still only had 3 goals, yeah, it would be a little bit more worrying. But I mean, yeah, obviously it doesn't mean anything for this game. But I'm looking at it maybe more towards the series. I don't like booing Corey Perry. I think he really gets fueled by that type of stuff. And I just don't like that goal for Samsonov a whole lot. And Maroon's beacon off to the bench, or I think it's to the other playoff box, I should say, which I think just holds. I guess it holds Luke Schenn as well, but I was gonna say I think it just holds Justin Hall, but Luke Schenn is also over there as well. Hey, I don't even see Luke Schenn in the box there. I'm not quite too sure. So, Leafs. Oh, apparently Schenn was. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened there. I think Schenn went to the bench and then he came back to the box. And I guess he was still on the ice when the play started. And they didn't call a penalty there. I'm not quite too sure what the hell happened. But I think he was coming back to the bench when they dropped the puck. Not quite too sure. Either way, Leafs on the power play here. 6:20 left to go in the game. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go on the power play. Tavares with the puck at the line here. And Cirelli went down. I think Matthews kind of hit him a little bit. And Cirelli is slow to the bench. And that puck goes up and out of play. And it's a 5-on-3 for the Leafs here. Obviously does not matter a whole lot, but 59 seconds of 5-on-3. We'll see what happens to Cirelli as he's still down at the bench. Now Schenn is coming off as he's served the fighting. Oh yeah, there's Luke Schenn still on the ice when the play started. He's trying to open the he's trying to open the box. He couldn't quite get in. And yeah, there's Nick Paul shooting the puck over the glass there in his own zone. They never showed what happened to Cirelli. I don't know why they didn't. I kind of saw Cirelli go down after bumping into Matthews, but I didn't see exactly what happened. Maroon is still beaking off at the fans here. Wow. I don't know what is going on in between the fans and this penalty box, but they're going back and forth at each other. So a 5-on-3 here for the Leafs. They only got one 5-on-3 the entire regular season, and that was in game 81, I think, if I remember correctly. Or maybe was it 72? I don't know. It was very late in the season. Matthews with the shot. Rebound. That goes wide. I think it was maybe 72. I don't remember what game it was, but the Leafs only got one 5-on-2 the entire, or 5-on-3 the entire regular season. It was late. They have one here in the playoffs, although it doesn't really mean too much. Marner back for Nylander, who's out there with Matthews, O'Reilly, and Tavares. Marner, to Tavares, and he just tips it wide. Marner does a good job blocking that clearing attempt. He gets the puck back. Mitch Marner will put it in deep. For Tavares. Tavares walks in front. Stopped. Rebound. Oh, and they score. I don't know who got it. Is it the John Tavares hat trick? I think John Tavares gets the hat trick goal. 7-2 for the Leafs. So, the first hat trick in John Tavares' career in the playoffs. A first career playoff hat trick for John Tavares. So Marner chips it in for Tavares. Tavares just walks up front. And Vasilevsky actually kicks it in himself. But John Tavares will get credit for it. And that's a hat trick for your captain. That's what you love to see. So hats raining onto the ice here in Scotiabank Arena as the Leafs are up 7-2. A huge bounce back game for the Maple Leafs. First career playoff hat trick for John Tavares. — 4:54 left to go here in the game. We'll switch the clock back here. There we go. So this is a huge game for a lot of the Leaf stars as well. They're showing all of Tavares' goals here. It was a set play off the draw. Riley to Tavares. Puts it in. And then a good play by Nylander. A tip from Nylander on Riley's shot. Tavares gets the rebound. And then the third one here, he walks in front on the 5-on-3, puts it through Vasilevsky's 5-hole. It doesn't quite cross the line, but Vasilevsky knocks it in himself, leading to his first playoff hat trick. And I think that's it for all of the hats on the ice. So you get 3 goals from John Tavares in this game, 2 from Mitch Marner, a goal from Zach Aston Reese, and was it O'Reilly that got the other one? who got the other goal? Oh, Nylander. That's who got it. So obviously, you know, 6 goals come from your top players. But you still get a little bit of depth scoring with that Aston Reese goal as well, which is important. You obviously want your top guys to show up, but depth goals are always important in the playoffs, and I find that they usually are the difference maker, is those depth guys coming up. Vasilevsky with 7 goals against in this game. And it's one thing that the Leafs didn't really capitalize too much on last game. I don't think Vasilevsky looked that great last game either. As Stamkos knocks the puck down, backhand opportunity, goes wide. Point here for Radish, and they whistled the puck down. I'm not quite too sure. Kucherov and McCabe going at it. Stamkos coming in to help a little bit, and yeah, I think this might be a long 4.5 minutes here. But yeah, all right, that was a big hat, one of those big caps or whatever they call them. Those are weird. I don't know if I'm particularly on board with the big caps. I just don't think they're for me. Maybe it's because I got a small head already. I don't think I don't need a bigger hat. Yeah, not for me personally. But Kaner scored a classic backhand goal for a 4-point night. Damn. I mean, that's exactly what why the Rangers picked him up. 4-point night for Kane. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, 13-10 left to go in that game. 4-1 for the Rangers. I mean, I obviously I do want the Rangers to win that series overall, but man, I hope it's not a sweep. I really don't. I really don't want it to be a sweep. I hope the Devils have a little bit more fight back. I miss them so much. Yeah, very, very understandable. Yeah, it's pretty tough losing Kane and Taves in the same offseason there. All things considered. Ugh. Yeah, this is just like see, here's the thing. Is like obviously I would much rather this game compared to last game, but I want the outcome of this game to happen every single game, but I'd like it to be a little bit more close, honestly. I think the close playoff games are just a lot more fun. So Sergachev is getting a misconduct there after a little bit of roughing after the whistle to Lafferty. I think that's just the refs trying to contain the game here, making sure that it doesn't get out of control. There's less than 5 minutes left. This game is over. It's done. You just wanna make sure that no one gets injured, that nothing kind of blows out of proportion here. At this point, I just want the game to end. Yeah, I hope this 4 minutes and 30 seconds has no more whistles. That's what I want. I don't want any more whistles in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Because that just means more pushing and shoving after the whistle. When the Leafs are putting out their fourth line here, all Leaf fans are doing the wave. Now lead pass to Lafferty. Honestly, like, just roll out. I don't even know who you roll out at this point, honestly. Like, your fourth line for sure, but like Acciari, you want to put out there a lot for the last few minutes here. But like, I don't really want O'Reilly to be out there too much, or Matthew Knies. But they are putting out that third line, though. I mean, here's Jarnkrok. Giordano with a shot. Rebound! Oh, and they don't go in. I thought they scored. How did Ryan O'Reilly miss that? Oh, I thought that was another goal. How did he not put... Was that a save by Vasilevsky? If so, that's a phenomenal save. Or did O'Reilly just miss the net? Acciari falls down here, but will get it in. And Tavares line's now out here. So Matthew Knies didn't come out. We'll see if he maybe comes out a little bit later on, or if they're just going to hold him off for the rest of the game. Honestly, I'm okay with that if they don't play him for another minute in this game. Maroon out there. The Lightning are definitely going to roll out this fourth line quite a bit. Perry not in the game anymore, which is probably a good thing, but you still got Maroon there. So, and Hagel's out there as well. Hagel tries to take a run at Shen. He dodges that, and it's going to be an interference call on Pat Maroon against William Nylander. And yeah, Maroon's beaking off at the ref there. He's going back to the box where a lot of fans were jawing at him. And I think they're just going to kick him. Yeah, they're just kicking him from the game. So I want to see this. Oh, Vasilevsky did save that. Wow, that's a huge save from Vasilevsky. I know it's in a meaningless game. That's a huge save. Yeah, I mean, they're calling that interference there once again. I think that's a little bit of just trying to manage the game, make sure it doesn't get out of control in the last 2 minutes, 30 seconds left here. I know I'm looking a bit too far, but if we win the Stanley Cup, Fanatics better make a good hat, not like the crap hat Colorado Avalanche had after winning the Cup. That is looking very far into the future, a little bit farther than I like to look. But yeah, I have not really loved some of those Stanley Cup hats there. I don't think they've looked that great. Giordano with a shot, that goes wide. So the Leafs have Jarnkrok, Kerfoot, Knies, Giordano, and Brodian. It looks like the Leafs are getting another 5-on-3 here as Ian Cole gets a penalty for... I missed what the penalty was, honestly. Let's see. Oh, grabbing the puck. He grabs onto the puck there. And that's what makes it the penalty. So the Leafs with a second two-man advantage. They only had one during the regular season. Here in Game 2 with 2 chances. It's a meaningless game, so it's not like it matters a whole lot. But, hey man, if you can make it 8-2, why not? Fanatics doesn't care about any of the champion merch they produce. That's why it always sucks. Yeah, it's not been great. Penalty minutes, Lightning with 52, Leafs with 21. And you might say that's the Leafs are, you know, the Leafs won this game because of the refs. No, I think it's a lot of I think the Lightning have so many penalties because of how far this game has gone out of control and how far it's gone away from them. And now Knies is going to get a penalty there for slashing. So Matthew Knies with 2 penalties here in this game. I think he has looked good. Parents reacting to that call there. Let's take a look. Oh, Knies. Matthew. I know that's not a good one to take. Not on the 5-on-3, buddy. That's not one you need to take. It's a 5-on-3, man. At least he's not going to be out there for any other 5-on-3 that the Leafs have. if the Leafs do ever get another 5-on-3 in the series, I don't expect Matthew Knies to be out there. But yeah, that's not a great one to take. It's maybe a little bit weak, but you know, it's a 5-on-3. There's no need to take that. There's no need to do that. So we have Järnkrok out here with Kerfoot, Brody, and Giordano on the 4-on-3. That is very funny. That is a very funny 4-on-3 combination here. As Brody has it at the line, holding on to it here. Gives it to Järnkrok. Back for Brody, to Järnkrok again. To Giordano. He shoots, rebound, and a Järnkrok puts it wide. He had a little bit of an open net there. Couldn't quite find it. Here's Giordano. Shoots. And that goes high. A bouncing puck almost bounced in. And the net will come off. I think they're probably going to take back some time here, but 49 seconds left to go. Oh, I forgot to change my clock again. Not bad. There we go. Where's the clock? I think I'm wearing your least favorite Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. Can you guess what it is? My least favorite? I mean, it would probably be those like I think it's a very popular least favorite jersey for the Leafs, and that's those what was it, like 2010s Leaf jerseys that kind of look like a pajama. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm getting those years right. Yeah, like the 2007 to like 2010, those jerseys. Those are probably my least favorite. Not a fan of them. So a 4-on-4 for the last 10 seconds here. Well, 15 seconds, I should say. Only 10 seconds of a 4-on-4. And the Leafs will just kind of kill off the rest of the game. 4, 3, 2, 1. And there it is. The Leafs take Game 2 with a 7-2 score. A big bounce back game for the Leafs. After losing Game 1 7-3, they come back and win 7-2. A very, very important game. Morgan Rielly, 4 assists. John Tavares, hat trick. Mitch Marner, 2 goals. Just a massive game for the Leafs here. Very, very important indeed. And now, Game 3 will be on Thursday. Wait, hold on. That doesn't make sense. Game 3, sorry, will be on Saturday. I was looking a little bit too far ahead. Game 3 will be on Saturday in Tampa. And that is a big one. They need to win at least one game in Tampa. They need home ice advantage back. They need to win one in Tampa, whether that is Game 3 or Game 4. I thought your least favorite jersey was actually the Leafs' first reverse retro, because I remember you reacting to that jersey and you didn't like it. I guess that one would be pretty low on the list as well. I definitely don't like that one too much either. But yeah, it's not great. I like it a little bit more than I did when it first started, or when it first came out, I should say. I, I definitely did not like it when it first came out. I was very against it. But I do think it looks a little bit better than those in those like 2007. Like I'll pull them up on screen here. Food. There we go. These ones here is what I'm talking about. I really don't like these ones at all. Well, let's specifically go to maybe just, there we go, those two, because I like that third jersey. But I really don't like these two jerseys. I don't think they look very nice whatsoever. But yeah, like the Leafs reverse retro, like that first reverse retro. Oopsies, clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, like the thing is I like the design of the jersey. Like that shoulder yoke there. I've always liked that type of design, and I think that logo is pretty fine as well. The gray is interesting, but yeah, it's definitely not my favorite Leaf jersey. But I've said it before. Even though I'm a diehard Leafs fan, I honestly don't love the Leafs jersey history too much. Like I think these jerseys pretty good. I don't love the logo, but outside of that, I like them. These jerseys during the 90s, better for sure. I like these jerseys actually quite a bit. That third jersey's great. I like the TML on the shoulders. But those ones I really don't like. That third jersey's nice. These ones I think they're fine. I like that third jersey there. And these ones are pretty nice as well. But like, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I look at a Leaf jersey and I love it in compared to like some other teams. I think overall their jersey history is okay to me. They have some ones that are on the nicer side, some ones that I don't particularly like, but I wouldn't say there's a huge range to them in my opinion. Like the worst Leaf jersey to the best Leaf jersey, I would say are fairly close. Especially if you look at like let's see here. I don't want to use Canucks because Canucks, all of their jerseys are bad, but I like them. Maybe the Kings. I think the Kings might have the highest. What's the word that I should use here? Variety, maybe. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, the Kings, like, I think their best jerseys are maybe these or these ones, honestly. Like I really like both of them. Or like more specifically the reverse retro. I think the reverse retro is the better version of those older jerseys. But like their current jerseys are fine to me. I would probably say that's the biggest variance, but all the original 6 teams barely change up their jersey design. Yeah, I talked about that. What video did I talk about that in? But I talked about it a while ago. But yeah, like if you take a look at all the original 6 teams here. Am I missing one? No, I'm not. So with Boston, I think I would probably rank the original 6 designs like this from best to worst. Where, I'm not a Bruins fan whatsoever, and I hate the Bruins, but I actually really like their jerseys a lot. I think they've done a good job changing up their jerseys throughout the years as well. And, like, this is the longest that they've had the same design in a while. Basically going back to 2007. But, like, these jerseys, all of these jerseys I like a lot. I think they're very, very nice. Their current jerseys are nice as well. Some of these alternate jerseys are really sweet. Like this 2010 Winter Classic I love. I even like this 2016 one. Like the Boston Bruins have some very, very nice jerseys. The Leafs, I like how much they've changed their jerseys throughout the years, but like I mentioned, I don't think they have any outstanding jerseys. with the Blackhawks, they have changed it a little bit, but it's more just their logo that they've really changed. And I mean, look, I don't know if they should change their logo or not. I'm a white guy, so I don't really have much of an opinion on whether or not they should change it because it doesn't offend me, but it's obviously not something that would offend me. So I don't know if they should change it or not. That's not something for me to decide. But you know, they haven't really changed the rest of their jerseys, you know, since 1955. They've changed the logo up a little bit, but that's about it. But I do like those black jerseys that they've had throughout the years. The Rangers, I like their away jersey, and I like the Lady Liberty jerseys that they've implemented. Once again, they have some very good alternate jerseys. I love this 2012 Winter Classic jersey. I think that is so nice, but you know, they haven't changed their jersey up a whole lot. I would love for them to bring back this type of jersey, personally. The Red Wings, they specifically annoy me the most because they've barely changed their jerseys, somewhat changed the logo up, but all of their specialty jerseys are just so cool. I love every single one of these. That one is great. This one is like one of my favorite Detroit jerseys. This one, I think, probably is my favorite Detroit jersey. This one is sweet as well. That one is fairly nice, but somewhat simplistic, and I still like it. This one I don't like, and this one I do. My least favorite Toronto jersey is the Justin Bieber one. I think it's a piece of crap black. Does not fit the Leafs. Teams like Boston, LA, but not the Leafs. I honestly don't mind this jersey. I think it's fine. I know it is very different than from what the Leafs use, but I'm not one of those people who think like a particular color has to stay with like each individual team and a team can't use that color. Like, it doesn't really bother me too much. If the Leafs want to use black, I think it's fine. And I honestly kind of like it. It has the city skyline in the striping there. Honestly, my biggest flaw with that Justin Bieber jersey is the reversible aspect to it. And I like the idea of the reversible jersey. I think it is pretty cool. However, they didn't execute it very well, especially when it comes to the fight strap that's on the back and, you know, the numbers when they're sewn on and everything. Like, I think the logo on the front there kind of looks pretty neat, being outlined by the stitching of the leaf on the front. I think that is sweet, but the numbers still having that stitching there, you can even see like the stitching of like the striping as well. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a jersey that can be reversible. It just feels like you're wearing a jersey inside and out. Like, I like the idea of it, but the overall execution just doesn't really work that well. It works better if you're like, if you have a Fanatics jersey with numbers that are heat pressed on. And in my opinion, that means that you didn't design a jersey very well. Because yeah, it looks awful with the fight strap and everything like that. But in its just regular form, straight up, I don't mind it personally. But yeah, with the Red Wings and the Canadians as well. The Canadians are the worst, in my opinion, where they have barely changed their jerseys at all, and it's just, to me, it's boring. When you have, I know a lot of people don't like the changing of, you know, specifically some of these original 6 teams, but more with like the Rangers, Canadians, and Red Wings. I know people say like they're classic jerseys, you can't change them. To me, it's not that they're classic, it's just that they're boring, and that's how I feel about them, personally, at least. But yeah, I think that might do it for this stream here, unless anybody has any last questions or anything like that. But I think that's probably going to be it for me. If we take a look here, the Rangers are up 5-1 on the Devils, so it looks like the Rangers will take that 2-0 series lead. Which, going back to New York there, so we'll see how the Devils can do. Hey Rick, I'm actually just about to sign off, so came back and maybe not a great time, but that's all right. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. I think I am done. So no, you're all good. You're all good. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Do I play hockey? I used to play hockey. I played hockey until I was about, I think it was 14. I played just house league. I was never never very good at like actually playing hockey, but I played up until I was about 14. I ended up stopping because I'm very short. Like when I was a kid and when I was like 14, I was like probably 4'7" or 4'8". Like I was super short. So um yeah, I stopped playing hockey because my parents were like, we were moving to another city, and they're like, okay, the guys that are going to be playing, that you're going to be playing against, they're going to have hit puberty. They're going to be like way taller than you. They're going to be like over a foot taller than you. And when they're going to hit you, they're going to hit you in the head. And so they decided that, or at least they asked me to stop playing because they're like, you're going to get concussions and it's just not going to be fun. And like I said, I wasn't very good in the first place anyways. So I was like, all right, that's probably fair. So I stopped playing when I was 14. I've haven't really played since, to be honest. Like I've gone out, I've skated a few times here and there. I've kind of shot a couple of pucks, but yeah, I haven't really played since. Um, but yeah, I definitely used to play hockey back in the day, and I do miss it. I think I might try and find a league at some point, but I definitely want to make sure that I find a league that's not very competitive because you know, especially nowadays where I'm still like 5'2", but I'm going to be playing against like grown men. I don't want to be hitting or anything like that because yeah, that probably wouldn't be too good for me. So yeah, I haven't really looked for any leagues, but I might at some point because I do miss it. Are you going to be streaming every game of the series? Yeah, I'm going to be streaming every single Leaf game um, in the playoffs. So if they go as far as they go, is what I'll say. As far as they go, like I said, I'm a little superstitious about saying exactly how far they'll go. But as far as they go, I'll stream every single game. I do not want to miss one. And then if the Leafs, you know, are eliminated at some point, maybe I'll stream some of the other games as well. We'll kind of have to see though. I'll decide on if I want to stream some of the other games because yeah, usually when the Leafs are eliminated, I stop watching for like usually a round or so just because I'm so angry. But I would like to not do that this time around because I usually do regret it after the Leafs lose and then I just like don't watch round two. I kind of get upset, so hopefully the Leafs just don't get eliminated so I don't have to stop watching hockey. How about that? But let's see. Is the Rangers game still going on? 4 minutes left to go. I think I am going to end it here. I will be done for tonight. But yeah, I think that's it for me. But yeah, like I said, I'll be back on Saturday for Game 3. And I might be in Twister Wrister Hockey. So Nick, he's streaming the last little bit of the Devils game. So if you guys want to check out that, I'll probably hop into his channel and watch the last little bit of that Devils Rangers game. So here, I'll link Nick's channel there. So if you want to hop into that stream, I'll probably be there as well till the end of that game. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. See ya.